Right then, Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Kareem to everybody, and welcome to another podcast of Change of Pace. Here for the second game between Pakistan and Afghanistan, and it's going to have to be a big one, a good one. Pakistan are on the ropes. They're already a game down to a full-strength Afghanistan side, and fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Shadab Khan's captain. He's elected to bat first again with the same top five as Pakistan had in the first T20. Saima Ayub, Muhammad Haris, Abdullah Shafiq, Tayyib Tahir, Shadab Khan, Azam Khan, Nawaz in for Fahim Ashraf, and Imad Wasim Shah, Zaman Khan, and Ihsanullah. First ball up, and it's a beautiful punch to mid-off for no run by Saima Ayub. Afghanistan also go with a familiar but strong team. Usman Ghani and Gurbaz opening the batting.
Chalo ji.
Ibrahim Zadran at 3. And Najibullah Zadran at 4. Muhammad Nabi at 5. Kareem Jannat at 6. Followed by...
Are you seeing this, Masad?
I'm actually not the... You're way ahead of me. What channel are you watching on?
PTV Sports, because we just lost Saima Ayub to caught behind. Beautiful take there from Gurbaz diving low to his left. Yeah, I think you're really far behind.
Yeah, I've just switched the channel and I've seen that he's gone back. So Pakistan are already 0 for 1 here immediately. And looks like the run rate renaissance is going to have to wait. Let me ask you this, Emmett, straight up. Do you mind us losing this series?
Yeah, it's a meaningless series. There was no T20 World Cup this year. These were the guys that were performing. They deserved their chances. It's completely fine.
So you're not going to lose any sleep over the fact that Afghanistan have a series over us if we lose today?
No, not at all. I mean, again, it means nothing. I'll lose 10 series if it means that we go on to win any World Cup or we develop players that go on to win World Cups for Pakistan. These really, really don't matter at this point, especially in a year where there's no T20 World Cup.
Well, Shafiq is in very early into his T20 international career as well, only his 5th game. He's got a strike rate of only 105, but at the PSL we saw him better that by some margin. He is going to have to stick in there for a while. We've noticed, Emma, the biggest difference has been, the wickets, in fact. It's not Pindi, it's not Lahore, it's not even Karachi or Multan. The Sharjah pitch requires a little bit more application. The ball doesn't come onto the bat as cleanly. It can be too paced. It also offers a lot of variable bounce, suitable to the spinners. And maybe the young Pakistani batters that are out there need to be a bit more wary of this.
Yeah, I feel like the reactions in the chat are suggesting that there's another wicket lost.
Oh, full and straight. That should be given. It is given. That was hitting middle and leg. Abdullah Shafiq has reviewed it immediately, but frankly, if there's no bat in that, Emmett, it's 0 for 2, certain.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been going down leg, but definitely no bat in that. He's reviewed very quickly, so I think he thinks that this might be pitching outside leg or just going away from leg, but the Pakistani team are shell shocked.
My goodness, Emmett, if we're 0 for 2, it's just going to lead to a lot of disaster.
Chalo, kya kare? Sometimes okay. But I'm sure many people that are in the Mohammad Rizwan and Babar Azam fan camps will be biting at the bits, chomping at the bits. Ooh.
I think there's an inside edge there. Significant inside edge, I think.
I don't think there's an inside edge, is there? I think that's just...
Why did he review it so quickly then?
I think he thinks it might have pitched outside leg.
No, that's not pitching outside leg. Abdullah, you're gone. That is out. Pakistan will be 0 for 2 almost immediately. Goodness me. The only thing that can save him is if it's pitching outside leg, and it's certainly not. It might be going down leg. Nope, it's hitting. It's all 3 reds. So Pakistan not just lose a wicket, they lose a review too in the first over. They're already 0 for 2, and you can see how much that means to the Afghan players. They're mobbing Fazl Haq Farooqi, the Islamabad pacer, and Abdullah Shafiq has to go for a golden duck. And Pakistan have started horrifically here, 0 for 2.
Yep, not the best of starts, but Pakistan still have a long batting lineup, and hopefully someone else will come in and steady the ship. But a hat trick now for Farooqi, or on a hat trick now, I should say.
Yeah, Farooqi on a hat trick. I tell you what, he was good against in the PSL, but I didn't think he was going to be this good Really, really good bowling. Remarkable bowling, in fact.
Yeah, he's getting the ball to talk quite a bit here. Fazlullah Farooqi. Saim Ayub was deceived by the late swing, and then similar situation for Abdullah Shafiq.
What do you make of the decision to bat first, though? It's not a bat first pitch, is it?
It doesn't seem to be, but I think they might have had that previous game in their mind, and they're trying to just tell the guys that it was a one-off situation. We still back you to perform, and that's potentially the only other thing that I can think of. Otherwise, going by what happened last time would have made more sense to chase.
Yeah, 0 for 2. Tayyip Tahir is now at the crease for a hat-trick delivery against Farooqi. Already 2 down, Pakistan in heaps of trouble here. Slip in place, short mid-on in place. Good, brilliant Yorker. And the high back lift of Tayyip Tahir saw that he could have been in a bit of trouble, but got down just in time for another dot delivery.
Yeah, good batting there from Tayyip Tahir. He does have a very high back lift, but brought it down in time.
So remember, Pakistan have also used up a review. What did you make of the first game, Mehmet?
यार बस मतलब अजीब मौत सी पड़ी हुई थी लेकिन ठीक है सही है कोई नहीं. It was an odd wicket, like you said. We're not used to this just yet, and the guys are just a little slow to adapt to the conditions, I feel. But Pakistan put up a decent effort with the bowling.
Right, in comes Farooqi, this time to Tahir. Down the leg side, that should have been flicked away for 4, but that's what we're talking about, Ahmed. You said the pitch was different from Pakistan. I also think there was nervousness and a lack of basic application. You saw a lot of soft dismissals. That was a great catch, by the way, the one that Saim Ayub got dismissed to from Gurbaz. But there was a lot of soft dismissals, a lot of early into the shots, leading edges and all that. We need to be better than that. I understand that you can get trapped, especially in a spin trap here in Sharjah, but to give your wicket away, it's just, I don't know. It's not good enough. And frankly, I appreciate the experiments, and I appreciate the tests. But if it's going to be like this, if this is the way we're going to go about them, then I'm not sure if this test is going to lead to positive results. First over gone, Pakistan are not even off the mark, and it is, unfortunately, shout out to Iman and Zoha, a double wicket maiden.
It's unfortunate that it's coming against Pakistan, but good bowling from Fazlullah Farooqi. यार देखो मैं समझ सकता हूँ जो तुम्हारी बातें हैं, लेकिन अगर आप इस मैच में भी similar performance देंगे, then there are more questions to be asked. I'm still writing it off as a one-off. I feel like yes, it was a difficult wicket to bat on. We saw the Afghani struggling a bit as well. Mohammad Nabi was the only one that really applied himself to take the team through. But some of the dismissals from Azam Khan, Fahim Ashraf, clearly there was something in the wicket that wasn't sitting right. And Imad Wasim was spinning the ball miles. Shadab Khan not so much, unfortunately. But the spinners were causing havoc. The pacers were getting the ball to swing, and that was a downfall for Pakistan. So I think today is a game to just learn and develop. But I'm not taking much away from this series otherwise.
0 for 2 as Azmatullah Omarzai, Peshawar Zalmi fast bowler, comes on, and he was a handful for Pakistan the other day as well. They tried to get some runs. And by the way, I do feel like it was very fine margins. I know that we lost by 4 wickets or 6 wickets, but I felt like it was Nabi between us and even defending 92. And if Pakistan had definitely gotten 120, then Afghanistan would have been in heaps of trouble. Goes big immediately. Oh, and just barely over mid-off for 4. Mohammad Haris does not care what the scorecard is. He knows one way to go about it in the power play, and he's doing exactly that. It's a bit of a thwart over mid-off for 4.
Yeah, that's a tennis shot there from Mohammad Haris. The ball's swinging. There's bounce. He doesn't care. Just stand and deliver stuff from him. Yeah, I think you're right. We took that score all the way to the 18th over, which speaks a lot about the track that was being used in that match. And if it was much easier, Afghanistan wouldn't have taken that much time either. So again, writing that one off, and I hope that Pakistan, despite these early wickets, can go on to score at least 150 here.
Yeah, even 140 at take right now. Driven this time, beautifully timed through the offside. That's going to run away for another boundary. Mohammad Haris looking in good touch. Back-to-back boundaries for him as Pakistan gets some respectability back. 8 for 2 after 1.2 overs.
And I love this about Mohammad Haris. It's not just the power game. It's not just the slogs, but he has that beautiful touch and timing. Can pierce the gap at will. Just easily hits this through the covers. Perfect stroke.
I just hope that, because I know that the final say is not going to be with Shadab Khan, he's essentially a stand-in captain, officially vice captain, that they don't quickly, like in the past we've seen this, whether it was with Zafar Gohar or in the past with other openers that have played for Pakistan, do not close the door on the likes of Saim, and do not close the doors on the likes of Abdullah Shafiq. There's a lot of talent there. This is a meaningless series. As he goes across the line there, Harris misses, hitting high on the back leg, so no LBW shot. But Saim and Shafiq, I really think are the future. Maybe even, well, Shafiq's already playing Test cricket, but even for Saim, I think he could certainly be a multi-format player. Maybe not all three, but certainly two.
Yeah, for sure. He looks technically sound enough, and he's someone that could go on to play at least, one or two formats, if not Test, at least ODIs. I don't know. There's still a long way to go, and it's very early in their careers to judge them by these two matches.
Not to get all non-cricket on you as Omar Zai comes in, picked up from Harris. That looks like it's connected all the way for 6, and it is over mid-wicket for a maximum. Is this the over that restores parity between these two sides? Harris unfazed by the onslaught from the Afghans has smashed Omar Zai to bits. He's a bit slower than his counterpart in Farooqi, and is also not pitching it up or swinging it as much either. So that is going to be a maximum. Back of the length delivery was on offer. It was a bit of a pie, frankly. Slightly leg side-ish too, and 72 meters 6 for a half a dozen beauties.
Just saying they're teammates, so he knows how to play against him.
Yeah, good point.
The nets, and Umar Zai is just dropping the ball a bit too short, right in Mohammad Harris's hitting zones.
Yeah, needs to go fuller, exploit that early swing that we saw a couple of days ago.
Yeah, he's lost the slip as well, so he needs to push the ball up.
Oh, that's better. Pushed up this time on off and middle, and it's just worked away to mid-wicket for 1. So Harris has played a grid over here, 15. Oh, they come back for 2, in fact. Have they? No,
nope,
just the one. Just the one. Tayyib's a bit slow.
But this is one thing that's really improved about Afghanistan. They were a very spin-heavy team in the past, but Omar Zai, Farooqi, Naveen Haq, they're all good pacers, especially in T20 cricket. I think going forward, these guys will be a force to reckon with. The batting is coming through. Again, the bowling's always been there, but now with the pace bowling developing so quickly, this is what we expect to see from Afghanistan going forward. A very, very tough opponent.
Beautifully driven by Tayyib Tahir. This time gets on top of a half volley outside off stump, and it's going to go for 4. Maybe. Oh, well kept in. Brilliant fielding at the edge of the rope. Diving forward and slinging that ball back to keep it at just 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, but 2 very contrasting overs there from Afghanistan. A double wicket maiden followed by one that goes for 18. So parity after 2 overs.
By the way, it's 3 ducks in a row for Abdullah Shafiq now. Emmett, just letting you know.
Yeah, sometimes okay.
Sometimes it's Surya Kumar Yadav, but that will be 3, in fact, officially. And getting a 3 in Sharjah is, well, it's quite rare. 18 off that over, which means that Pakistan are 18 for 2 in 2 overs.
Yeah, just calming things down with those boundaries there, Mohammad Haris. I think the wicket looks decent enough right now for them to go on and make at least 150 to 160, but we've seen stranger things happen when the spinners come on to bowl.
Two overs gone, 18 for 2. Farooqi back into the attack. Would you give him 3 overs if he continues like he is? I think I'd back him.
Yeah, I think he continues. I think if he's swinging the ball as much as he is right now, and with Haris attacking, there's a chance for a wicket there.
Back length delivery this time on off stump, driven to backward point as Etchy skate.
4 ducks in a row for
4 ducks in a row. Oh my goodness, I didn't know about the 4th.
4 ducks in a row in internationals. Okay, that's
right. Oh, right. Okay, makes sense.
क्योंकि फाइनल में तो अच्छी इनिंग्स खेली थी ना इसने.
Yeah. That shot deserved to be a 4. Well, it's just too bad. 18 for 2. Look, Emma, we've noticed, especially we saw that in Pakistan as well, that even if you have a poor power play, you can clearly recover in modern day T20 cricket. That's usually not a problem anymore. So if Pakistan end up with 50 for 2 here with Tayyib and Haris out there, it's not really going to be a problem. Those early 2 wickets goes across the line. Tayyib, he loses his shape often.
Right in the box.
Yeah, I think that's hit him in the jewels. He's just gone over. Just gone over to to absorb that pain. 18 for 2 never gets old, does it, Emma? Every time you're hit there.
Nope.
It's just not something you're used to.
No, I don't think it's something anyone can get used to. Abdul Shafiq definitely struggling with that in-swing delivery, not being able to get his bat around the front pad. 2 LBWs in 2 matches for him, both balls that came back into him. So something for him to work there.
Yeah, for sure. And a weirdly confident review. I thought he had hit it the way he'd gone upstairs. And of course, welcome to everybody on the chat and say hi to you. Hope your Ramadan is going well. Faruqi continues again, getting that late swing, this time a bit away from the right-hander. It's another dot delivery. So no runs off any Faruqi deliveries yet. It's been a brilliant start for the Islamabad United pacer.
Very clever bowler. Gets the ball to move away very subtly. Doesn't change his action too much. You don't really see much happening with the wrist either, so hard to pick up when he goes across the right-hander. But so tentative start doesn't matter for Tayyib Tahir. There's still enough overs in this to continue and get this going. Just needs to rotate the strike here and give Haris the chance to go after him.
Pakistan have the lowest average at number 3 in T20 internationals in the past year, but I feel like this is a very specific stat and something that Pakistan don't need to worry about too much. And I'll tell you why in a second. Fourth delivery coming up of Faruqi's over, and finally Pakistan will get a run off his bowling, and even that was a close chance for a run out, but they'll come through for a close single. 19 for 2 after 2.4. Considering Pakistan's opening pair, that usually means that you're batting either very late or you're getting a pretty decent start and you're asked to hit out. So I think with the kind of opening pair that Riz and Babar are, with all the criticism that they get for their strike rate, they are certainly very much reliable. So the number 3 being a little bit ambitious or a little bit faulty is not an issue really.
But it's the strike rate that will be the question, though, right? If you're expected to come in after a big start, your strike rate should be slightly higher. Batting at 110 is a question mark.
HSK is asking us, do y'all have Lebanon UAE? Yes, we do have Lebanon UAE.
Of course we do.
Full toss, and that was a very interesting loopy full toss that came down at the end. I thought it was going to be above waist, but it didn't. It ended up on off stump.
It was a slow ball, but it's actually 144 clicks. It looked like it was
loopy,
dipping at the very end there for Mohammad Haris. Should have put that away, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think he was caught by surprise like us in terms of the trajectory of the delivery.
Yeah, it looked a lot faster.
Nice sprinkling of fans coming into the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. I was speaking to my family, and I thought that they would have been better off keeping the games at 9 p.m., maybe a little bit after Tarawih.
क्या 9 बजे होता तो फिर वही कॉप आफ्टर आवर्स हो रहा था रमजान में मतलब.
But 12:30 बजे आप वैसे ही मतलब जाग रहे होते हैं लोग रमजान में. मसला क्या है?
क्यों जाग रहे होते हैं भाई? हम तो 10:30 बजे सो जाते हैं.
यार बस करो तो. 15 off 6 hours. This time gets a full delivery on offside, squeezes it away to point, and it's another dot delivery.
सुबह 4:30 बजे उठना है तो सोना तो पड़ेगा 10:30 बजे.
But are you sleeping after Sahari?
Yeah, 2 hours.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm not staying up from 5 until whatever.
Yeah, no, neither am I. I'm getting some shut-eye after the...
Yeah, need a couple hours at least.
No, it's not about the couple hours. It's just nothing to do, right? Like, I can't even go to work because work doesn't start that early.
वो तो तुम्हें उन्होंने physically मतलब तुम पे पाबंदी लगाई हुई है लेकिन...
Otherwise, I'd go in and come back earlier. I don't mind.
Yeah, not bad.
Ash is saying change of pace after hours in Ramadan would be banned by Pembrine. I think that would be the right decision, to be fair.
Yeah, we'd have a lot of questions to ask ourselves too if we went that route.
Yeah, easy with the Islamabad slander. Needless Islamabad slander. I mean, the game's not done. There's plenty of cricket to play here. 3 overs in. Pakistan 19 for 2.
Yes, pabandi, whatever, man. You get it. Abdul Muqeed, it's fine. Roza, allow it.
हमारा कौन सा रोजा है? खत्म हो गई है उनकी रोजा है बेचारों का. हमारा रोजा खत्म हो गया.
किसी का तो होगा ना रोजा. रमीज का रोजा है.
Sman's asking what time do you guys start work? I think all of us start between 8 to 10. Varies between our jobs.
Easy को अगर hot take एक ना मिले ना दिन की तो इसका मतलब वाकई रोजा कबूल नहीं होता.
यार ये तो है.
वो तरावियों से पहले एक मारता है उसके बाद जाके then he's like okay fine.
Right. Naveed al-Haq back into the attack. He had a good night. To be fair, all of the Afghan bowlers had a decent outing. Yeah. And now what the real issue and last night, a couple nights ago was, of course, Faruqi was great, but the combination of Rashid Khan, Muhammad Nabi, and Mujibur Rahman, that really put a noose around Pakistan's batting. And we are playing the third spinner today, so happy to see that as Tayyib Tahir gears up here. Another weird backlift. It kind of like twists in his hand when it's high up there, and then it comes down in time to drive it for a single.
Yeah, he does. He has a little kink in the way that he does it. But again, I feel like he's a decent batsman. Someone I'd like to see a bit more of in ODI cricket, especially. Mm-hmm. Why do you start at 6, Hani? What time do you finish?
But that sounds good to be, because if Hani, if you start
6 to what, like 6 to 1?
Well, no, 6 12? To Ramadan in the UAE is officially a 6-hour day, so you should be done at 12. Right.
Finished 12th.
ये 6 बजे सिर्फ internal emails होती होंगी because no one else can reply to you.
But I think Hania works in like a 24-hour services stuff as well, right? Driven away to the offside. Won't go into details. That's a dot delivery. Naveen Huq bowling really well here. Starts off well, and just keep an eye on the... All right, there it is. Yep, told you to keep an eye on this guy. Sorry, guys, about the profanity in the chat. That gentleman will not be coming back. 20 for 2 after 3.2.
Yep.
Harris 15 up 8. Tayyab 5 off 9. HSK saying I start when Musad sends the Rise and Shine text. Yes, that's so good. Oh, a wild slash outside off. It's edged and it's taken, and Harris is gone. And Pakistan once again losing too many wickets in the power play as Imad Wasim is padded up and ready to go.
Yep. Again, nice delivery from Naveen Huq, getting it to move just ever so slightly off the surface. Extra bit of bounce there. Harris just can't connect on that cut, slap, whatever you want to call it. A bit too ambitious there. Lost his shape completely. An easy take from Gurbaz.
Yep. Well, I really was hoping these two would finish the power play together.
Yeah, I would have liked them to at least see out the power play, but unfortunately for Pakistan, again, dire straits. Imad Wasim, HSK coming to life. His king has arrived.
Well, yeah, look, Imad was really promising in the last game because he felt like he was going to hold the batting together, but then he got out at the wrong time. He had played enough deliveries. I was hoping he would finish off and get us to maybe 115, 120, but unfortunately couldn't see that out. But look, it's not a player that Afghanistan like to see. He is the architect of their demise in the 2019 World Cup. If you remember that innings, that faithful partnership that he put together with Wahab Riaz.
Yeah, that was the day that we saw Imad Wasim, the batsman, and this PSL has been a bit of a revelation in terms of the bat. He needs to kind of pick up that form that he's had and continue on here for Pakistan.
Yeah. यार वैसे मैं वहाब रियाज की बात कर रहे थे. I know we don't talk politics on this show and I think it's the right thing to do. बेचारे PTI वालों ने उसको भी ट्रेडर बना दिया.
वो तो ठीक है यार, बनता है.
Guys played 3 World Cups for your country, man. Come on, put some respect on his name.
Doesn't matter. Still a traitor.
20 for 3 after 3.3. Naveen Huq is coming in to bowl to Imad Wasim. GBS, Imad drives this perfectly down the ground for 4. What a shot that is. Connected to perfection. Pass mid-off for a boundary.
HSK का तो रोजा खुल गया.
अगर नहीं भी खुला तो टूट गया.
What a drive, Imad Wasim.
Classy. That is classy.
ये हो क्या गया भाई से?
भाई ये तो प्रॉपर मतलब एक्स कराची किंग्स कैप्टन बाबर आजम का शॉट लग रहा था.
वाकई.
Blood brothers.
Unbelievable.
What a great hit though. Pakistan need a lot more of that. 24 for 3 after 3.4. Down the leg side. That's flicked away. That's a good shot as well, but there is protection at square leg.
He just looks like he's batting with so much time these days. He's not hurried on, doesn't premeditate his shots like he used to. I think he's really worked on his batting over the last couple of years that he's been out of the team.
Yeah, man. I thought he's looked the part really, and I'm thinking of. I know it's the T20 format at the moment, but what about a cheeky bid for the India World Cup?
What?
What about Imad Wasim for the India World Cup?
यार क्यों नहीं हो सकता हमारा जो लोअर मिडिल ऑर्डर है वो अभी भी मतलब up for grabs तो है.
Yeah, it's certainly open to discussion.
He should come through. I mean, but again, we're mixing up formats, so I don't want to get into that point.
Right. Final ball of the 4th over coming up. Short, wide, inside edge. Oh, and it's a missed from Tayyab Tahir, who is still looks like he's quite out of sorts here in the Sharjah wicket.
Two Kings batsmen will have to put up a partnership. I feel like Imad Wasim को जब से टीम में वापस लाए, बाकी टीम जो है वो कराची किंग्स बन गई है.
Yeah, at the end of 4 overs, 25 for 3. I will say this, Ahmed, like typically you want 50 in the power play, but even if Pakistan just hold on to some sort of wickets and are going at run a ball after 6, I will not mind that after what we saw the other night.
Yeah, if we're at around 40 at the end of the power play and you've got lost 3 wickets, It's not the worst situation.
Yep.
Again, it doesn't look like a track that you're going to score 180, 190. 140, 150 is a defendable total, and we've seen Pakistan's bowlers put up a fight defending 90. So I expect them to do a lot better if there's at least 40, 50 runs on the board.
Well, there's Pakistan's bowlers, and the other thing is also the fact that Afghanistan's batting lineup seemed very flimsy and thin.
Yeah, I mean they're again a very top-heavy side, right? They don't have too much batting in the lower order. And if Pakistan can pick up those early wickets, then there is a chance for them to win, even on a low total.
Smack this time, and mid-on is outside the circle, so it'll just be a single to long on for one, and that means that we are into the spin, into the fray for Pakistan. This is the phase of play. These are the bowlers that put Pakistan in a lot of trouble a couple of nights ago in this same pitch here in Sharjah. Tayyib Tahir is out there 5 off 10. Imad Wasim is new to the crease. He hit a boundary. He's 6 off 3. And now Mujibur Rahman is on, and he's not the first Mujib to, cause damage to. Right, Tayyib 5 off 10. Current run rate is just slightly over 6.
The good thing is that these guys have played Mujib, Rashid, Nabi, very recently in the PSL. So at least these guys are not facing surprise bowlers. The mystery is there,
True.
but at least you have some, understanding of how to play them.
Tayyib gets a single, brings him on back on strike, 27 for 3 now. यार वैसे साइमन डूल और कुछ नहीं कर रहा दुनिया में, मतलब पाकिस्तान को फॉलो कर रहा है. Folks, you're going to have to hold on to the comments just a little bit because Imad Wasim has gone over mid-wicket and one bounce over the boundary rope for 4.
ये HSK की दुआएं मुझे लग रहा है जो इमाद वसीम का करियर दोबारा वापस उभरता हुआ नजर आ रहा है.
It's a great comeback, really. Imad 10 off 4. That was against the spin too, I think. Was it? No, was it with the spin? No, slightly against.
I mean, it was the googly. It was going to go away from him, so
Yeah.
full enough that he could play that stroke.
Really good shot. We just need one man to stick around and do exactly what Imad is doing.
आजम को भी जो है पिछले मैच की तरह आउट नहीं होना इस बार आके स्पिन को जो है थोड़ा खेले.
Hang around a little bit. That's good from Imad. This time it's a single in that same area on the leg side. 32 for 3.
They should have picked up 2, I think.
Tayyib's a bit chonky.
Thick.
And I'm getting a little bit of feedback from the base of your mic. I don't know how to put it. Like it's the plastic on the bottom, I think. 32 for 3.
You're hearing the sound of the wire, maybe? Let me try and hold it.
Because I used to have the same mic, so I think it might be that plastic. Because I remember 32 for 3 after 4.4. 2024, we're all going to be just shifting to the road A's. Those are awesome.
The what?
The road A's, as we call them. Comes on the track. Defended back to Mujibur Rahman for no run. Tayyib Tahir still in his shell, 6 off 12. He's trying to get out of it.
Where the wheeze?
So I'm already on a road A. I think it's actually called road, by the way. I'm just taking a piss. But this is going to be flicked away down the leg side. So wide. And the appeal is probably just to keep that extra away. But unfortunately, that'll be given 33 for 3 after 4.5. यार वो जो मेरे घर पे नहीं पड़ा होता छोटा वाला.
वो वही मार्स की शक्ल वाला जो तुम्हारे.
Yeah, exactly, the Martian. Flicked away. Bit aerial to a short fine leg. Was inside the circle. Just be a dot delivery. So after 5, Pakistan are 33 for 3. And we said, Emma, that this is okay if they're going at about 7 after 6.
Yeah, it's not the worst situation. Again, you score 7 to 8 runs in the next over, and you're in a decent situation. Yes, the wickets lost will hurt, but Pakistan can build a decent partnership here, get to the 10th over mark with approximately 60 to 70, which is what we usually do with Babar Azam and Rizwan batting. And then the rest of the middle order can come in and maybe show us some fireworks.
Yeah, look, Azam, Nawaz, Shadab, Pakistan bat deep today. Frankly, even Naseem, right?
Afghanistan के खिलाफ तो Naseem full-time batsman है.
That's exactly what I'm referring to. A couple of ducks for Pakistan already today. Abdullah Shafiq and Saim Ayub back-to-back deliveries against Farooqi. Haris was trying to get something going for the team in green, but then had to fall to a lazy shot, I would call it, outside off. Right, Naveen ul-Haq for his second over. Picked up the wicket in his first. Comes down the track. Imad Wasim, just a dud delivered to mid-wicket. Speaking of Martians, Emmett, you got a favorite Looney Tunes character growing up?
Favorite what?
Looney Tunes character?
Yeah, Bugs Bunny.
Oh, really?
Keeping it simple.
Classic pick. I like that.
Yeah, what's up, Doc?
I mean, iconic. I think he's actually more iconic than even Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I mean, Daffy Duck was up there, but Bugs Bunny for me.
I actually did like The Martian. That was my favorite. Marvin the Martian.
You like The Martian?
Marvin the Martian, yeah, he was awesome.
Hmm.
A bit of a inside edge this time to mid-wicket. It'll be no run. A good start here from
I mean, I also
Huck.
enjoyed the Roadrunner segments, so
True. Yeah, that was really good. The whole
yeah.
Road
The
Runner.
Wile E. Coyote
Wile E.
and
Coyote
Roadrunner segments.
Oh, I actually like Taz as well.
Taz was good, yeah.
Taz was fun.
good.
Taz was really good fun, but yeah, I had a Martian puppet as well. Have you been to the Warner Brothers theme park here in Sharjah's
I
hometown?
have not.
Maybe do a
Did you
cheeky.
enjoy a little Pepe Le Pew?
Oh yeah, why not? 33 for 3 after 5.2. Ahmad this time drives it. He connects well, but there is a min-off in play, so another dot delivery, inches away from beating him for a boundary, I reckon. What about, what was it called? Foghorn Leghorn? The chicken, the big chicken?
Oh, yeah.
The guy who
okay.
spoke with
I
like a
don't remember the
thick
name.
Western accent? 33 for 3, a Southern accent.
Southern accent, yeah. I don't remember the name.
Yeah, it was the big chicken. The guy with the big, the dad chicken or rooster, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I know who you're talking about. I just don't remember the name.
Yeah, 33 for 3 after 5.5. Mickey Mouse is a stat patter, home ground merchant. Okay. What does that even mean? Oh, goodness. Wow. Right. Fourth delivery of the sixth over. Ahmad this time pulls, and he finally gets a single against Naveed Huck. Has he found the gap? No, there's a sweeper out there. And it'll just be the one. Should be very happy with this Afghanistan, the way the power play has gone. Labs is asking you, how did you find Antonio's?
Oh, yeah, that was great. I enjoyed it. Thanks, Sir Caleb, for taking me there. Unfortunately, the pasta that I took home or to the hotel, I had to eat cold
Tanda pasta.
with a teaspoon because they wouldn't give me a fork. Can you imagine, man? 20 dirhams for cutlery.
I'm actually more upset about that than you are. And I guarantee you, Tayyip Tahir this time goes uppish through mid wicket for a single. Still not looking too confident out there, but it doesn't matter if he survives.
You didn't take the pizza home though.
Dude, yeah, there was nothing I could have done. मैं सोच रहा था कि उसके बाद, like, how else could I have yeah, there's no other option. मतलब मैं उसको पानी में मिला के चाय बना लेता, उसकी और कुछ नहीं था मेरे पास.
Pakistan's batting average against opponents in T20 internationals, they haven't played a lot of games against Afghanistan, but their average is considerably low when they are up against them, just under 18 and a striker of only 103 as well. So they need to pay attention to that. All the games that we've played against them, especially in the Asia Cup and the World Cup as well, have been quite close. So they're not. It's certainly not a walkover by any means. Even if we were playing our full side here, Imad Wasim 12 off 9. Final ball of the power play coming up as Pakistan are 35 for 3. Oh, big swinging and a miss. Hit the back leg, but it was slightly high. It might have been sliding down leg too. If I was Afghanistan, I would review this.
Yeah, I think he realizes that it was going down leg. Mufti Munib obviously agreed as well, but that was a lot closer in real time.
Whew, close but no cigar for Afghanistan. 35 for 3 after 6.
Yeah, it looked like Mohammad Haris might just continue on where he picked up in the PSL, but unfortunately got out to a loose shot. Should have done a bit better.
Look, 13 overs to go, and we've got Tayyib, Imad, Shadab, and Azam, and Nawaz. 5 batters to plow through them. I think we should be fine, really.
मैं वही कह रहा हूँ, अभी तो मुझे इतनी टेंशन नहीं है. I think at least 10th over तक ये दोनों बैटिंग करें, we're going to be in a decent situation.
Yep, and 140 in this pitch is going to be a big score, I'm telling you guys. We saw it the other night. It's really difficult to get going. But I tell you, it's going to be very difficult for Pakistan as well, because this is the nuclear weapon. This is the man that Afghanistan keep hidden, and it's what strikes fear in the opponent's eyes. Rashid Khan, Lahore Qalandar's MVP, many a time, is now going to come up for his country against Tayyip Tahir. First ball, it's driven. Not confidently, but at least we'll get a single to the cover boundary.
Yeah, interesting to see how Imad Wasim approaches him. He went decently against him in the PSL. Maybe he takes that same approach here.
I mean, who is this gentleman with the tasbih? He seems to be famous.
I don't know about... I actually don't know.
Maybe he looks like an ex-cricketer. I don't know. He gives me Yusuf Pathan vibes. Big build.
नहीं, वो तो नहीं है, but...
I think he's from Afghanistan. Although that's
हो
not.
सकता है.
36 for 3 after 6.1. Now look at that. Rashid's got a widest first slip in place against Imad Wasim. They know that it could be a big wicket. Imad disturbs his momentum a little bit, stops him in his run-up. And the official laws of the game say that you cannot deliver until the batsman is ready. So Imad playing that in his favor. 12 off 10 for the ex-Pakistan captain too, if you remember. And he goes for a wild hoik across the line. Misses it. That delivery outside off stump. Bit of a Karachi Kings versus Lahore battle here too, Emmett.
Yeah, I think that's still playing in his mind. Like I said, he targeted Rashid Khan in the PSL. Maybe wants to go after him again similarly. Needs to be intelligent here. Can't lose another wicket, Pakistan.
This time a little bit more cautious. Defends away to leg side for no run.
Yeah. क्योंकि मुझे भी स्लो बैटिंग से इतना मसला नहीं है. अगर एटलीस्ट आप विकेट्स लूज नहीं करते, you have wickets in hand in the last 10. But 4 down right now is going to be a problem.
Even in the last 5, you get like 45, you'll be fine, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Imad this time, again, just quietly works his way to point for a single. That's good batting against Rashid. You just got to chalk those overs off. Write him off, man. You're not going to be able to get too many runs against this guy. He's just that good.
लेकिन फिर मसला है ना कि अगर आप मुजीब के खिलाफ भी यही सोचोगे, नबी के खिलाफ भी यही सोचोगे, मतलब कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा सा आपको जो है वो कोशिश करनी पड़ेगी. Because we saw on true wickets, Rashid Khan was being picked apart by the likes of TKC.
Yeah, I know. The surface certainly helps him more here, as on the back foot this time. Tayyab works it away through mid-wicket. Should just be one. Gully Kirkit Relic is saying this pitch is better than the one on Friday, coming onto the bat better and is bouncing as well.
Yeah.
I think that's true. That's fair. I haven't seen any uneven bounce yet, which was...
Hasn't held up in the surface. I think that's the main thing here.
Yeah.
We were seeing the ball getting stuck in the turf in the last match, but seems to be decent so far, but it's the extra bounce that might be causing Pakistan some issues.
Driven back to the bowler for no run. Good over for Rashid Khan so far, just a single off it after 5 deliveries. But I also don't mind Pakistan going at run a ball. Actually, 7 overs gone, 38 for 3. I don't mind Pakistan going at run a ball because we know that this is not a Pindi or Lahore pitch. थोड़ा सा time लगेगा. अगर आप run a ball जाके बाद में 140, 100, 150, 150 पे भी आप पहुंचे तो अच्छा ठीक है.
140, 150.
यार. I wanted to say 145, but I always get confused between 135.
145.
So and then 135 is Pentis, right?
Pentis.
Okay, fair. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
55 is Bachpan.
Yeah, that one is easy.
Okay, just making sure.
38 for 3.
इससे ज़्यादा क्योंकि हमने runs नहीं बनाने तो तुम इतनी गिनती सीख लो.
हाँ 155 से ज़्यादा तो चाहिए नहीं.
मैं वही कह रहा हूँ तो इतनी गिनती सीख लो बस. 10 के intervals तक 55 तक पहुंच जाओ.
By the way, speaking of Unchi Ginti, what about what's gone down at the Centurion today? I mean, 500 runs plus at a T20 international.
And
that was crazy.
I tweeted this earlier. Rovman Powell has now been defeated 3 times in the past month, defending 240.
Ridiculous. Down the leg side, Tayyab was missing out on these freebies, man. That at the PSL, that goes over fine leg for 6 or 4, but just a single this time. Omarzai back into the attack, so they're not going with the Rashid Mujib partnership yet, the Afghans.
Yeah, I think he wants to mix things up, and he might be saving them for some of the other left-handers still to come. There is Nawaz in the lineup, and even someone like Azam Khan might be a good chance for Mujib. He loves to play spin, but with his bag of tricks, he might be able to pick up a wicket.
By the way, is the new John Wick going to come out around Eid time?
Already aa gayi hai yaar.
But it's not in theaters here, is it?
I think it is.
I don't see it, man. Okay, no, it's saying advance tickets. All right. Worked away through the leg side. That'll just be 1. I hope it's still on during Eid because I don't want to go to the cinema during Ramadan.
नहीं होगी.
Okay.
ऐसी बात नहीं है.
Yeah, okay, so
they usually extend movies that come out in Ramadan a bit anyway.
Perfect. By the way, the Vox is like full 35% off because I'm pretty sure their attendance drops.
Of course. How else are they going to make their money?
Exactly. Defended away to the offside. That'll be 1 quickly taken. Again, just a couple runs off the over so far. 41 for 3 Pakistan now.
Yeah, मैंने तभी तक वो Creed 3 भी नहीं देखी.
I really enjoyed it, by the way.
Yeah.
Just
No,
pure entertainment, honestly. Like if you're looking for some sort of
that's what I'd expect it to be, but I'm just gonna wait until after Eid.
And I can't remember his. I obviously know the gentleman that plays the villain. What's his name? Who's old?
Jonathan Majors.
Mate, he can act.
Yeah.
That guy's good. I think he's got a great career ahead of him.
Yeah, just hold on, Musad. I'm not sure you're aware of the news.
What news? In the air this time, flicked off the pads. It doesn't go straight to mid-wicket. It'll just be a single, though.
He was arrested.
Oh, they're coming back for two because of a fumble. This could be close, but they'll make it safely.
Yep.
Yeah, just hold on, Musad. Just don't no need to talk about it.
Jonathan Majors is cancelled. What?
He was just arrested, man.
He was caught in broad daylight, like choking a woman or something.
That's crazy, man.
Well,
it's terrible.
And then other people came out that they've known about this for a while.
What? No, I didn't see that. But
yeah, someone said that they couldn't say anything because they wanted some victims to come out first because it's their place to say it.
Pulled away this time from Imad in front of mid-wicket, and it'll just be a single. That's terrible to hear for everyone involved. Two taken there, in fact. 45 for 3 after 7.5.
Another Mossad hero.
I was just going to say.
I've hardly watched one movie.
He knows how to pick him.
He was on the verge of becoming your hero. Okay?
I watched one movie.
तुमने कल इसको announce कर देना था कि he's my new hero.
I mean, the guy probably has a great workout routine. I mean, he's a terrible person, but I could learn how to work out from him. 18 of 17.
Just stop talking sometimes.
20 deliveries since the last boundary. So Pakistan have been put on the ropes here by Afghanistan again.
Maat already cancelled है, तुम क्या कह रहे हो?
Why is Imad cancelled?
यार मात भी cancelled है यार.
Driven away this time through the offside.
इसको ये भी नहीं याद.
एक दो voice notes अगर मैं आपको सुना दूँ तो.
मैं आपको सुना दूँ voice notes.
What?
मैं लड़की से बात करवा देता हूँ.
Right. 8 overs gone. 46 for 3, folks. Let's get back to the cricket. Enough of this. Run rate of 5.75 for Pakistan. They need to get going just a little bit quicker here. Probably just if they're going at 6.5, we'll feel a little bit more comfortable. But they have wickets in hand, which they didn't the other night. So that's a lot better.
Yeah, just need to continue at this pace, Pakistan. Just, again, get that idea of wickets lost out of their head and shape up for the next 13, 14 overs, whatever, 12 overs.
Right, Mujib back into the attack. First over went for 8, courtesy that big hit by Ahmad Wasim. What do you make of the John Wick series, Emma? Do you like it? Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, again, mind-numbing action, right? What else do I want?
Yeah. Exactly.
There are certain movies you want to watch where you don't want to think about anything too much.
True. And
it's one of those movies you can just sit down, enjoy.
Yep.
You don't have to decipher too many things, nothing crazy, no timelines. It's just straight up violence, and love me some violence.
Right. Ahmad Wasim, I think he's going to take a liking to Mujibur Rahman here. He went after him in his first over as well, and he comes down the track to a full toss. 6! Bang. That is connected over long on. What a hit that is. From the Karachi captain. Struck beautifully. And that's what you have to do. Take the pitch out of the equation sometimes.
Yeah, Ahmad Wasim has the range. We've seen it so many times in the PSL. When he's getting freebies like these, he's not going to hold back. And I think he has a better chance of going after Mujib than he does Rashid Khan anyway, so needs to target him.
That's a good hit. Slightly above the middle of the bat region, but still went the full distance. This time it's cut hard, and there will be a sweeper at deep point, so just a single. 50 up for Pakistan, 53 for 3 after 8.2.
Yeah, slow going, but again, the wicket is not the easiest to bat on. It's better than the last wicket, but Pakistan are just applying themselves a bit more than we saw in the previous game.
Right. What's Tayyib going to do here? Goes into his crease, into his shell, and works it away through mid-wicket for a single. 54 on the board for Pakistan. Now, he's played a good hand, honestly, I think, Tayyib, because had he also been dismissed, I think it gets a lot more difficult for Pakistan.
Yeah, exactly. I think he needs to play the anchor role here, and Ahmad Wasim, who's now faced 20 deliveries, is in good touch, can continue going after the spinners.
I like this a lot from Ahmad. I don't think he's moving out of the way because of the side screen. He's just trying to disturb the spinners here.
Game,
it's good.
Full mind game.
You need a little bit of that sometimes, don't you? Worked away to the leg side. And that'll be one, and they'll come back for... No, they'll stick to just a single. So it's I think, when is Eid? Around the 20th of April?
Yeah, I think 20th.
21st, yeah. 420. It's on 420.
Okay, great. Congratulations.
Weed.
Produces a
Mubarak.
surprise.
Weed Mubarak, yeah.
Yeah, so there's already tickets out for the 25th and 26th of April. We're good. Tayyip Tahir
The
this
what?
time. Cut away. And it'll go straight to point for a single again. 56 for 3. No, I'm just saying for John Wick, tickets are already available for the 25th of April.
मैं तो नहीं आऊंगा, तुम देखना, मजे करना.
Shout out. Mujib this time goes a bit leg-side-ish. Should just be one to find short fine leg. Good partnership this, 37 off 34.
Ajay, we always talk about shows and stuff to watch, but let's talk about guilty pleasure shows.
What?
Guilty pleasure. Like a show that you're ashamed of watching, but you do watch it.
Oh,
Player.
Player. Guilty pleasure.
11 off that over, 57 for 3. Interesting. What would that be?
For me, it's every Mark Wiens video ever.
Does Shark Tank count?
Oh, yeah,
I watch a
that's not
lot of
guilty.
Shark Tank.
Come on now.
Yeah, that could be a guilty pleasure. It's terrible TV, but
I love it.
yeah.
I mean, look, you're not going to be shamed for watching this.
Look, the one show that I can like shamelessly say that I watched it and it was terrible and I still watched it. Remember that Netflix show Too Hot to Handle?
Oh my God,
It was so bad.
I don't know what
And
that is.
that's a recent thing, man.
No, like 2 years ago, I think.
Maybe I keep seeing the name on.
But then मैंने नया कोई नहीं देखा, but मैंने 2 साल पहले वो जरूर देखा था, and it was like,
Oh,
my
I watched
brain was like corroding. But I still watched it.
Space Force. Space Force is terrible and it's bad.
Yeah, I saw one season of it.
But
it
I still
was
watch it.
terrible, but I watched it.
Steve Carell को कहीं भी देख लो ना, तुम फौरन देखना
I do
शुरू
like a
कर
little
दो.
bit of Carell.
Yeah, देखो, मैं जो recently मेरा जो है, Jeremy Clarkson is a terrible human being, but Clarkson's Farm is so good, man.
Oh, okay.
I tried watching that.
I watched the second season. I really, really like it a lot.
Kareem Jannat into the attack for the first time, and he bowls a good length one on leg stump. It'll just be a single. Wait, Sohail, I'm actually not understanding your criteria. Are you saying it's a bad show that I like to watch, or it has a bad person? Because that's
bad is objective. It could be bad for you, maybe for someone else. But like, it's something that you wouldn't announce. Oh, hello guys, I'm watching this. Like I watched.
So like, if I say that I really enjoyed House of Cards, is that?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Like in university, I watched 6 seasons of The Vampire Diaries. Okay, but I don't fucking announce it everywhere.
Well, you just did.
Oh,
Driven away.
Yeah, now it
Driven away past the ball. Quick single this time.
It's like if you said that you're watching like Keeping Up with the Kardashians or something, right? Something that you don't think people would, take in very, very easily.
Yeah, 59 for 3 after 9.2. I think at one point, One Tree Hill was like that for me. I like that show. One Tree Hill was like that. What else?
Basically, criteria ये है कि अगर तुम अभी गैदरिंग में हो, तुम्हें कोई पूछे कि यार कौन सा शो देख रहे हो, तुम कोई ऐसा बोलो कि Succession या
Okay. I have one.
Like that.
I have one that actually might rival Ahmed's Too Hot to Handle. Driven away this time past Kareem Jannat, straight to long off, quick single
You
taken.
don't have to keep repeating it, okay? I've said it once. It's more than enough.
I tell you what, guys, this partnership, as slow as it may be, I feel like it's put the Afghan fielders on their heels a little bit. There's a bit of panic. It's not too evident, but I think that they missed their wickets.
Pakistan have 60 in 10 overs. Everything's right with the world.
It is, yeah. That's a very typical Pakistan T20 score.
ये मादर सिंह ऐसे भाग क्यों रहा था जैसे इसने ice skates पहने हुए?
Getting those strides in.
Indian matchmaking was good. I wouldn't say I was.
Yeah, but everyone watched Indian matchmaking. It wasn't like
I don't
an
watch it.
embarrassing show to watch, right?
Nah, it wasn't embarrassing. It was good.
Yeah. I loved it. It was hilarious.
Tayyip Tahir almost looked like he was going to go over mid-wicket, but then suddenly just drove it to mid-off for no run. He's still 13 off 22, but he's at least out there still. 60 for 3 after 9.4. So there's this reality show on Netflix that a colleague a friend of mine, and I started watching way back in like 2018, and I'm kind of like, I would say it's my guilty pleasure. It's a show called Selling Sunset. It's about a real estate agency in California, and it's the worst reality TV you can watch. It's a terrible a show, but I absolutely love it. Goes big, doesn't connect. It's aerial from Tayyip Tahir, and I think it could be taken. It should be taken. It is taken. Great catch in the deep. That's the wicket that Afghanistan were desperate for. It looked like they were just getting a little bit anxious of this partnership, and that is a good take.
I think our audience was more desperate to lose that
I
wicket.
think
than
that's a good wicket to
were.
lose.
Well, it's going to bring Azam Khan. Big Red is going to be dressed up in green today, but we'll take it.
Yeah, Selling Sunset, and there was another one, man. There's you know how there's Dubai Bling? There was a version with all the Asian actors.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember.
Was it Asian Bling? I don't know. I watched that too. Horrible.
I saw the Bibling, but I hate.
I think Heather has just
watching it.
won this conversation. He just said, I'm embarrassed to say I watch Pakistan cricket. That's my guilty pleasure.
I think we're all guilty of that.
Crazy Rich Asians. Is that one, Emmett?
Yes.
Okay.
That was
That was the movie.
That was a movie. That was a good movie.
Yeah, that movie was okay. No, there was the what's it called? I think it was called Asian Bling, or was it Crazy Rich Asians?
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man, but it was just really bad. I watched it and it was really bad. Dubai Bling मैंने एक episode देखने की कोशिश की and I was like, no.
Dubai Bling is too close to home for me, man. Like, I don't want to see people hang out in
Bling
Jumeirah.
Empire. Yeah, I think it was Bling Empire.
I was hate watching it because my wife was watching it. तो मैं phone पे लगा हुआ था background में देख रहा था, and I kept hitting on it.
You know, I only watched that one episode, and that first episode where that one lady is telling her husband not to eat like biryani, and then the cook comes out. And
I saw it on TikTok.
he stares at her and just keeps putting it in its plate. That was such a
That's a power move.
man. And he was like, I run this house. How to Get Away with Murder. Never watched it. I watched last season of Game of Thrones. Yeah, about. I think we can all agree with that.
Okay. The good segue. Shows you regret watching.
Oh, it's a
Shows I
long
regret
list.
watching.
Dexter is number one.
Yeah, after season 4, Dexter didn't exist for me.
No, it's not the. I mean, the ending was just horrible. So it's about like.
That's what I'm saying. After season 4, it just became garbage.
I really regret watching Man in the High Castle. It started off so well, and then just went to complete poop.
Never heard of the show.
It's a revisionist history.
Yeah.
Oh, Arrow and Flash. I regret watching all of these. I started all of these and I regret.
I watched like 5 episodes of Gotham once. That was terrible.
Oh, that was so bad.
Suits is a great
all the
one.
DC ones.
Suits is a great one. Started off so strong, and then just became cringe.
100%. That's
I don't think any of us watched it after season 4 or 5, right?
No, I didn't. I don't.
You
I
know,
don't
Suits
what
is
happened.
the one show where I actually remember where I said, I'm turning it off. I'm not going to go back.
Dude, Homeland, by the way, after 2 seasons, it was one of the worst shows I've ever watched. But the first season of Homeland was great TV.
Is that what is? I mean, like, that's the one that was like.
Is that the season where they had like the Pakistan, like Islamabad?
No. That's the thing. That's where everything just went to garbage. Because the first season is where they were establishing him as a terrorist, and the show was very high paced. But then after that, it was garbage. One of the worst shows I've ever watched. Beyond that point, didn't finish it.
Right, folks. 60 for 4, and we're into the 11th over, into the 10th over, final ball of the 10th over, in fact. And Azam Khan does one better than the other night. He survives his first ball for no run. At the halfway mark, Pakistan are exactly 60 for 4. I think they may have lost one wicket too many, Emmett.
Yeah, I think that the Tahir wicket didn't need to fall at that moment. I think he could have just rotated the strike, let Imad play his game, and he still had chances against the spin, I think, to go big.
Look at that strike, 140 plus.
Yeah, The Walking Dead, also good pick. That became horrible.
It's a very long show, isn't it?
But then यार कितने उसके भी 9-10 season आए थे. I think I stopped watching it after 5 or 6. It just was not bearable.
Right, Rashid Khan into his second over. Imad Wasim drives him away for a single. He's playing an incredible innings here, in my opinion. 31 off 25.
None of us regret watching Midsummer Chaos. I think that was an iconic moment in Pakistani pop culture.
Was that during the pandemic?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's certainly the guilty pleasure.
You know, the best part was, again, Safraz like hyper analyzing the show.
Every
and
episode.
Fully projecting his own like director career on it.
Oh my god.
Well, full art director mode mein chala gaya tha
Great
uske upar.
delivery by Rashid Khan. Beats the outside edge. Azam is bamboozled by that. You know what's hilarious about that Surfraz tangent is that the conversation started off really lightly. We're all making fun of it. Rashid's got a slip in place, by the way. Azam 0 off 2, and he gets a leading edge to point for a single. And then he starts critiquing it. I'm like, okay, that's fair. Like, I mean, this is his work. He knows about this. But then he goes into like overdrive in his critique, and the critique becomes so detailed that he circles back and ends up saying, "Well, no, this kind of art is necessary and it's actually good." And I was like, "What happened? What? Like, how did you end up with
full
this?
circle.
How did you end up with this conclusion?" It's very PhD of him down the leg side this time for dot delivery.
No, I'm telling you, it was almost like he had some level of like insecurity that was coming out.
He was like,
and he was like, "What if I make art like this and people think of it like that?" You know.
I guarantee you, Surfraz, anything that you've touched is better than Midsummer Chaos.
100%.
62 for 4 this time. The back of the length worked away through mid wicket, and that'll just be a single.
Under the Banner of Heaven, again, one of those shows I started, didn't like. I have so many shows that I've started and just didn't go past like 2 episodes. Chalo, Azam bhi out ho gaya apparently. Yaar, tum log ek to.
यार ज़हन से spoiler ना दो यार.
You guys are going to have to hold on to your chat comments because we're actually behind a bit. But that's a big appeal for LBW, hitting the back leg, and that's going to be out. That is plumb LBW. It's crashing in the middle in leg, Azam Khan. I'm sorry. You're going to have to make the short walk back to the pavilion here in Sharjah. He's gone off just 4 deliveries and 1 run. Pakistan slide further into this dark hole of potentially losing the series. 63 for 5 after just 11 overs.
Yeah, looking at being all out for 90 again. Feels like deja vu.
No, I think thoda sa aur ho jayega aaj.
Yeah, that was plumb. Leg stump gone. Robin is saying this is a really bad advert for the PSL.
I mean, it's also a bad advert for T20 cricket. This track is really not up to standard, in my opinion.
Yeah, ye wala Musad, this seems like a normal track. We've played on these kind of tracks in the UAE so many times. Aisi baat nahi hai.
I'm trying to clutch at straws here.
I mean, you're really, really clutching, but...
Yeah, no, you're right, Ahmed. The application needs to be better. Right, folks. Listening to Change of Pace live here for the second T20 International between Afghanistan and Pakistan from the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. And the captain has just come out to the crease, Shadab Khan, at number 6. Pakistan have lost 5 wickets again in the first half of the game. 11 overs gone. 66 for 5, I think. No, 63 for 5.
Daniel is saying this series is my guilty pleasure.
Yeah, look, Shadab is going to have to do something special for us tonight. Just needs to hang around until the 17th over. Flicked away aerial from Imad Wasim, and that'll be a single to square leg. He's really put together a template here, Emmett, for Pakistan batters. He's been calm. He's played the poor delivery to its merit and put it away for a boundary. And wherever he sees that he needs to respect the bowler, he does exactly that. And
hey, seedhi balls pe yaar Azam, matlab, come on.
Yeah, that one actually didn't have much spin on it. It was going with the angle and crashing into
You could
leg.
see it from a mile away. It pitched so far back. It just completely played around it.
Now, I think as Afghanistan get closer to a series win, you can feel the energy in them. Now, this is not just a dead rubber series. It's a chance for them to make history. Shadab Khan first ball against Kareem Jannat, who went for just 3 in his first over. Very economical. Drives it back to the bowler for no run. These two, at one point, were considered full batsmen for Pakistan. Since then, Shadab has delivered at a World Cup. Imad Wasim delivered at a World Cup. And they're now back again, trying to battle Pakistan out of what could be a historic series loss. Need to get at least 140.
It won't just be a loss, man. This is a drubbing. Like, you're getting mauled by this Afghanistan side right now.
Yep.
This is embarrassing.
Driven away through the offside again. That'll be a no-run, dot delivery, 64 for 5. I don't mind, Shadab, taking your time. You do what you got to do, bro, but you got to stay out there till over number 17 or 18.
हाँ आधी इनिंग्स बाकी है मतलब खड़े रहो अब कोई मसला नहीं है. Again, approach 100 in the next 5 overs and then see what you have left in the last 4.
Precisely.
You can't lose a wicket.
Yeah, I would
Interesting
take 100
squad
and even
announcement by New Zealand. Oh, that's out.
driven away this time through the offside. That'll just be a single. I'll tell you what, I would even take 117 overs.
Yeah, मतलब वही ना कि अगर आप 130 तक भी पहुंचा देते हैं इस वक्त स्कोर, it's going to be a fighting total. Won't be an easy chase for Afghanistan. I think especially with Ehsanullah bowling the way that he is and Naseem pumped up. Imad was bowling really nicely the other day as well. So lots of positives for Pakistan there.
This time, defended away to a very close fielder here on the offside, and it'll just be another single.
भाई इमाद ने पकोड़े ज्यादा खाए हैं या समोसे ज्यादा खाए हैं, उससे बिल्कुल नहीं भागा जा रहा.
I'll tell you what, I'll take it right now. It's the only one.
He's panic running. It's like उसके पीछे किसी ने कोई कुत्ता शुत्ता छोड़ दिया है, वैसे भाग रहा है.
That one was slightly close, but yeah, I get what you mean. .66 for 5 here in the final ball of the 12th over now coming up. Kareem Jannat goes full, and Shadab does really well to drive it through the offside. Finds the gap there, so they might actually come back for 2. And they do at the end. Good running between the captain and his deputy. 12 overs gone, 68 for 5. Pakistan have 8 overs to negotiate. 3 batters left in the tank. I like how our chat is completely binary when it comes to Imad Wasim. They either love him or hate him.
I think Zain and HSK are like the 2 biggest fans of Imad I've ever seen.
I mean, well, he's a PSL winning captain. भाई इस टीम का तो वाइस कैप्टन ही है ना वो. Rashid Khan, 2 overs, just 6 runs. Once again, a very economical night for him. Imad Wasim works this away. Rashid was going for a half appeal, but pitching outside leg, I think. And it'll just be a quick single taken. Maybe a leg by even.
Yeah, I think it was a leg by.
Rahman is obviously working on their own agenda about Shaheen's vice captaincy, but frankly, I don't think it would be Shadab's fault if we were to lose this. Mickey Arthur's put out a tweet as well. In the air, not cleanly connected by Shadab, and he'll be lucky that didn't go down the throat of long off. It'll just be a single on the bounce. 70 up for Pakistan, 70 for 5 in 12.2. Where are the rest of the runs going to come from? Pakistan need to double this score. Rashid goes back to length. Good delivery. Imad's paying him a lot of respect, and I think that's the way to go about it. So Mickey Arthur, ex-Pakistan coach, has come out and said Saim, Abdullah, and Haris have loads of talent, but finding out that international cricket brings different pressures and responsibilities to franchise cricket. Groom them, give them time, and allow them opportunities to bat with experienced players, and they will come through. Pretty well put together sentence there. Mickey, I couldn't agree more with you.
Yep, absolutely. Completely right.
Back of the length this time on the leg stump from Rashid. I feel like his good deliveries scare the batters so much that even when the poor one is offered, they don't go after him. It'll just be a single again.
I think वो reputation पे भी काफी सारी जो है अपनी bowling innings जो है निकाल जाता है.
Oh, on the back foot this time, punched to long on for a single again.
That's such a dangerous shot to play against Rashid Khan.
Why is he going back in his crease, man?
वही तो कह रहा हूँ मतलब exact same thing happened to Azam. Shadab in a very similar situation, but nice to see the friendliness between the two captains.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the other night...
something we've seen too much of in the past.
Exactly. Ooh, in the air, leading edge. And we saw a wicket go down like that in the last game. This one, thankfully evades Rashid Khan. It was popped up right back to the bowler. 13 overs gone. Pakistan still going at less than run a ball. 72 for 5.
तो मुकीत कह रहे हैं इस कोच ने जबरदस्ती शान को घुसवा दिया ओडीआई में. ये तो ना ही कहे कुछ.
अब्दुल मुकीत काफी ज्यादा गुस्से में जाते हैं कभी-कभार. Afghanistan have the best spin bowling economy in T20 internationals, and second best is, of course, Pakistan. But Pakistan have the most wickets from spin, Ahmed, in T20 internationals. And, of course...
Not surprised there.
Yeah, Saeed Ajmal, Zulfikar Babar, Abdur Rahman, Muhammad Hafiz, Shahid Afridi. It's just a long list of great. And now, of course, Shadab Khan, Imad Wasim, before HSK gets to my throat. A lot of great T20 spinners for Pakistan. Cut hard. That's a good shot from Shadab. Sounds good as well, but there's a sweeper out there for a single in front of square. Kareem jumped it back into the attack now. I think these are bonus overs.
उसने आज नबी को बॉलिंग नहीं दी ना.
Yeah.
Making use of his bit part all-rounders.
Now, the cool thing for Change of Pace tomorrow is that we will be bringing you, well, we'll try to bring you some sort of exclusives from the media room tomorrow. We'll have representation there.
सीधा कहो तुम मुफ्ते के लिए जा रहे हो.
You can put it that way as well, and it'll be the same thing. Dot delivery by Jannat. Imad Wasim again taking his time. 35 of 34.
इसीलिए देखो तुम जैसे जर्नलिस्ट को ना लोग ट्रस्ट नहीं करते. जो बात है वो आप सीधी बताएं.
यार देखिए,
घुमा फिरा के तुम आ रहे हो.
There's a lot of high standard cricket journalists from Pakistan that are ahead of me.
No such thing.
Yeah, hard to like if you try hard enough, it could be a goat.
Flicked away this time by existing simply. That'll be a
Exactly.
single. Well, they come back
If
for
you
two.
show
Good
up
running.
to a press
Good
conference-
running. Imad Wasim.
If you show up to a press conference and all you say is salam and khudafiz and you walk away, you're better than like 9 out of 10 people in that room.
Yeah. Abdul Makit, the commentary will actually continue. The team will hold the fort down. But we'll just, I'll just be at the stadium.
हमारे प्रोफेशनल कमेंटेटर कल वापस आएंगे.
Yes, 75 for 5. This time an inside edge, and it goes to short fine leg for another single.
तो पहले तुम मुझे अपोलोजाइज करो नाम की स्पेलिंग गलत लिखने के लिए, फिर मैं मात से माफी मांगूंगा.
Atif's got me pinned. Is Masad a sophisticated Shoaib Jat?
Yeah. Next question, please.
76 for 5. Absolutely.
Shoaib Jat with an accent.
अमरीकी शोएब जट.
Shoaib Jat जिसने बोला बस गया.
There's a lot of that. Worked away this time again for a single. It's a quiet over for Pakistan. No boundaries off it. It's been a while since we saw one of those. Five off the over.
Yeah, Abdul Mukidezi's been with his colonial accent coach for the last week. He's just working his way back in speaking form. He'll be here tomorrow.
Final ball of the 14th over coming up. Jannat's been, he's been a blessing for Afghanistan as this is pulled from a short delivery outside off stump to mid-wicket for a single. At the end of 14, Pakistan are 78 for 5. I think 140 is on the cards.
What?
140?
From who?
यार 60 रन बन जाते हैं 6 ओवर में. मैं तुम क्यों इतना परेशान हो रहे हो?
भाई जिस तरह ये लोग खेल रहे हैं इस वक्त तुम्हें लग रहा है कि 60 बनेंगे? मतलब अल्लाह करे बन जाए, लेकिन मुझे तो नहीं लग रहा. Imad Wasim needs to like play a blinder here. या आज वैसे वो वेस्ट इंडीज वाले मैच में एग्जैक्ट सेम चीज हुई है जो उस दिन बाबर के साथ हुई है. Johnson Charles scores one of the fastest hundreds of all time, 39 deliveries. Like Babar scores his first 100, and no one will remember it.
That's unfortunate. Worked away this time to the leg side. It is going to be another Rashid Khan over. So the final Rashid Khan over. In fact, this is good news for Pakistan.
Pakoda Wasim almost.
Pakoda Wasim out?
No. Just Had to dive back in time.
By the way, this is good news for Pakistan, isn't it? Because they'll have 5 overs with no Rashid looming around.
Yeah, hopefully that could help them, but I don't know. I still feel like Shadab's not in the best of touches right now.
Yeah, neither with a bat or ball.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a close one. Shadab looking for the single, but there was really nothing there. Good decision from Imad not to go at it.
हिमाद जिस तरह वैसे ही भाग रहा है तो उससे तो नहीं होना था.
भाई ये पक्का आउट था अहमद, ऐसे ही तुम कह रहे हो.
नहीं, लेकिन यार हिमाद जिस तरह भाग रहा है तो आधी विकेट पे भी नहीं होता.
वो आमिर सोहेल उसको कमेंट्री में कह रहा है गुड रनिंग फ्रॉम इमाद.
79 for 5. तुम क्यों सुन रहे हो आमिर सोहेल को सर? Worked away.
मैं नहीं सुन रहा, वो कोई मुझे ट्वीट देखी मैंने.
Okay, this time they'll push for 2. Good running, in fact. They'll come back quite comfortably.
ओह इतनी मेहनत इमाद की.
भाई उसकी 50 हो जानी है, तुम लोग क्रिटिसाइज करते रहो.
मैं हम तो कह रहे हैं इंशाल्लाह 50 हो भाई. 50 का 100 उसकी.
100
He puts his head down in this first step.
Bro, it's like...
I tell you what, guys, he's out there and he's doing the job. I don't appreciate this.
Yeah, I'm happy that he is.
81 for
I'm
5.
appreciating his batting. I don't have to appreciate his running. Man struggling. It is what it is.
भाई आधे घंटे बाद मैच रख लेते हैं इफ्तार के, मतलब हमसे तो खड़ा भी नहीं हो जाता इफ्तार के बाद. Worked away this time through mid wicket. That'll be another 2. Imad, put the cardio in. There you go. He gets there at the end. Shadab.
Yeah, Ruab's up power.
और शदाब के उस पे फेंकी है शो सुनाने वहां जान.
Yeah, bro, honestly, he was...
Right, it's 4 runs off the last 2 deliveries.
नहीं ऐसी बात नहीं है. शादाब ने मुझे लग रहा है कि फुल बोतलें ढकोसी हैं आज पानी की. उससे भी नहीं भागा जा रहा, लेकिन
Is he out there, Shadab?
Extra struggle.
Oh, we've gone upstairs for this one. It could be out. He's
No, he's
safe.
safe, for sure.
He's safe. He's safe. वैसे सांस तो शेडी की भी बड़ी फूल रही है 2 रन पे.
यही मैं कह रहा हूँ. शेडी ने डाइव नहीं मारी, वो सजदे के लिए जा रहा था. फिर
Gotta be careful.
फुल रुकू टू सजदा हुआ है इधर.
Yeah, he's made it safely. Made it safely. $81 for 5, Pakistan. Into the 15th over. Or as he would put it, over.
Over.
To deliver 83 for 5, in fact, sorry. 2 deliveries to go.
उसने
आएगा.
एक कोई चीज तुम लोगों ने भेजी थी. I think voice note पे था कुछ था. He said this one word. I just can't remember it.
Good afternoon.
No, AZ. It was the most like colonial thing I've heard in a while.
Yeah, he was on the radio and he greeted like his presenter that way.
Good evening.
Good afternoon.
I'm just trying to
Good
remember.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Philip.
just like keep saying good afternoon.
Philip.
Yeah, right. 2 deliveries to go here in the 15th. 83 for 5. Makes room, Shadab Khan, but cuts improperly to his first single. 96 kilometers an hour. He's turning it up here. Rashid. Well, 1 delivery to go. Pakistan just need to see off Rashid Khan to see how they can go against the rest. They've actually scored decently against Mujibur Rahman today, so...
Yeah, exactly. No risks here.
Exactly. Just a single. To point, it's a quick one, too. Stolen from Pakistan. 5 overs to go after 15. Pakistan are 85 for 5. Can they get 50 in the next 5?
Inshallah.
Scored 35 in the first 6, then... Since then, have scored 50 in the following. Akib out saying, Imad lagta hai labban peeta raha hai. Yeah. So, by the way, Emma, just a little, because you're somebody that's well versed in regional foods and have a keen interest in them. Even though labban exists on both sides of the border between UAE and Saudi, it means completely 2 different things.
Why is that?
So it's just a terminology. So in Saudi, the thicker liquid that you get from like Al Marai that's not salted, that constitutes as laban. But then over here in the UAE, it's the laban up, the salted and slightly thinner in terms of viscosity. The drink that you get here is termed laban in the local culture. So they're both labans, just slightly different.
लेकिन बाकी दूसरी लबन में तो मिलती है, ऐसी बात तो नहीं है.
नहीं मिलती है, but those वो typically Saudi companies import करती हैं.
Yeah, I feel like Lebanon Up has just kind of overtaken the product itself or the name or whatever.
Yeah, it's like Tide and detergent. 85
Wow.
for 5. Junior's not here. I can slander. Worked away through mid-wicket for 1.
Yeah, the equity of the brand is overtaking the product.
Yeah, the saltish one is Ariane. But again, Ariane is a very Levant-based...
Iran होता है.
Iran होता है.
But that's a very Levant-based term, isn't it? You don't really get
It's a
that.
Turkish term.
Turkish.
There you
Irani
go.
term.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it's not a GCC word for...
In Iran, I think it's called dough or something.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
with the GH or something like that.
Yeah, it's called dough, usually with like mint. Yeah, it's
I like it. I
Iran.
like Lebanon with mint. It's nice.
वो ये yogurt and like water and salt and
Well, Shadab goes for the cut shot, misses completely. It seems like he's got cement around his feet. Doesn't move them very often.
Yep.
86 for 5 after 15.2. Now, at this stage of the game, the dot balls are actually quite bad for Pakistan.
Yeah, this is where they need to continue to accelerate. Shadab can't really eat up too many more balls here.
यार ये शफीक स्टैंडर्ड क्यों कर रहा है शोएब जट गलत बात है
Metric Mossad.
Driven, that's a good shot, but it goes straight to cover for no run. I think you can get Al Marai products in Pakistan, but they're just super overpriced because they're shipped in probably.
यार आप सीधी सीधी कच्ची लस्सी पिए कोई लबन शबन
Yeah,
कुछ
exactly.
नहीं है.
Kachi lassi is fire, man. I love it.
यार वो 27 grams वाली आप पिए बस
हाँ
protein.
मैंने आज वो क्या सीन है वो प्रोटीन वाला.
Oh, it's very good. There are two types. There's one it's like a drinkable Greek yogurt, and there's one that's milk. And I think the milk one is better.
I've heard there's a high protein milk out now.
Yeah, 27 grams. I think it all the one that has higher than that Al Marai ka.
Good punch this time to the cover region for a single. Shadab's been
Al
out.
Marai has a protein milk that's I think 50 grams.
What? 50 grams of protein?
Let me check.
But I think that's in a liter.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. Okay. Yeah, so I think it's like 34 in the small one then.
Right, 87 for 5. Final two deliveries here in the 16th over. Another cut shot attempted by a Pakistani batter. This time it's Imad Wasim, who is going to put up another dot ball. Shadab's been out there for 15 deliveries, so both of these guys have to get a move on now.
Yep. Jat with TOEFL is Mossad.
Shout out TOEFL. It's been a while.
Yeah, I think the slow balls are really not easy to pick here.
Full toss. This should be connected. It is. It's punched through mid-wicket, but it won't find the fence. And that'll just be a single.
Bumrah ko to maro. I've never liked Naveen ul Haq.
Yeah, he pisses me off without reason.
Yeah, exactly. He's one of those guys.
Right, folks, we are into the business end of the innings. This is where things get really interesting for Pakistan. It could be the difference between a series loss and a tied competition. 16 overs gone, still waiting for that 100, 88 for 5. Pakistan will be happy with 120, Ahmed, you think?
Yeah, I think at this rate, 120 will be something that they feel they can defend. $88 for 5 after 16.
Right. It's going to be Fazl Haq Farooqi. Pick of the bowlers today from the Pacers. Even Jannat's been good, to be honest. But he got the early wickets that set the tone for this innings. And he's back to close it out. He's going to bowl over number 17 and over number 19. Jannat will probably bowl number 18. Actually, sorry, 20. Farooqi. This time, swings and miss. Imad Wasim tries to pummel this over the leg side region. But
length delivery, man.
Yeah, that was a hittable shot, wasn't it? And now there's a bit of lip between Imad and Farooqi. Cramped him for room there, Imad. Farooqi, sorry. He should have done better, to be fair, Mr. Wasim. Yeah, I'll tell you what. As soon as they get a little bit of momentum, the Afghanistan players let Pakistan know that they mean business. None of that friendly crap that you would see at the PSL. 43 off 43, Imad. Makes room. And again, a bit of a French cut inside edge to long on for a single. Maybe he should stand still, Imad.
Yeah, maybe. I think he's trying to do a little too much here.
Pakistan's all-rounder supreme, Naseem Shah, padded up.
वैसे नवाज भी जो है वो इतने अरसे से बैटिंग फॉर्म में नहीं है.
यार जो लोग बैटिंग फॉर्म में थे उनसे भी नहीं कुछ हो रहा तो क्या करें.
ये भी सही है.
They go at 11 and over, they get to 130. That's a bit of a pipe dream right now for Pakistan to go at 11.
Yeah, that'd be insane if they could.
89 for 5. After 16.2, in comes Farooqi to Shadab Khan, who drives it away through the offside. Finds the gap in the inner circle, but there's a sweeper out there that'll keep it at just 1. Very disappointing to see the ticketing policy and prices from the Afghan Cricket Board. I can assure you, with the kind of population demographics to Sharjah and Dubai, if the tickets had been more affordable, there would be a sea of people inside the Sharjah Cricket Stadium right now, and plenty more waiting outside to get in. These are two very popular cricket teams, one more so than the other, even in the local parts of Sharjah. And it would have been a great contest, even inside the stadium, and I think they've kind of let an opportunity go here. Fourth ball of the 6-17.
How much are the tickets?
Aerial from Imad Wasim, and he finds defense. What a shot. Pakistan have been desperate for a boundary, and it's come just at the right time from Imad Wasim. I think that is a 6.
50 for him then.
Yeah, it is. It is a 50 for Imad Wasim. 50 off 45 deliveries. It's taken a while, but it's a very pivotal innings for Pakistan in this game and in this series as well.
He's always loved to play that cut shot, Imad Wasim.
Yeah, it came off so well. And he made room again, but this time Farooqi didn't follow him. So got set up really well for him. But the tickets are between, I think, 40 to 90 dirhams for the more affordable one. So, it's not cheap. Comes down to
40 to 90?
40 dirhams. They start at 40, they go up to 90. And those are the stands that are adjacent to the pitch. And the more expensive ones are like 250, 200.
That's too much.
It's too much. I mean, look, the demographics in Sharjah are also, there's a lot of blue collar labor force that likes to come in and watch the cricket. You have to be aware of these economics. It's just...
Yeah, absolutely.
I think, it could have been a much better attended series in that way.
For sure.
Well, not over yet here for Pakistan. Final ball of the 17th over. Farooqi this time goes for a Yorker. It's well done, but it's squeezed past short fine leg. A fielder in the deep will come and collect, and Pakistan will pick up 1. Good over for the team in green. 9 off it. 97 for 5 after 17. So that's what we said. We said 117, Emmett. They're around that, Pakistan, so they should get to 130 here.
Yeah, अगले 3 ओवर में मतलब at least शादाब 1 या 2 boundaries तो मारे. You can't leave everything over to Imad Wasim alone. He's doing all the heavy lifting so far.
It's been another great display of bowling here from the Afghanistan attack. Farooqi 3 overs and 10 runs. Omar Zai 2 overs, 25. He's the only expensive one. Naveen al-Haq again 3 overs, 11. Mujibur Rahman 2 overs. Pakistan took a liking to him today, 19 runs. Rashid Khan again 4 overs for just 16. And Kareem Jannat, who has for me been the surprise bowler for today, 3 overs of just 13 runs. And they don't need to bowl Mujib anymore, so that's great news if you're an Afghanistan fan. Omar Zai.
Yeah, absolutely.
Omar Zai is the pacer that Imad and some of the top order Pakistan batters took a liking to. Oh, it's a leading edge and lands safely on the offside for a single. Got to be careful there, Imad. Not give your wicket away. It gave it away around this time last time too. This is where you actually make all of that hard work count, where you can actually accelerate and free yourself and go after the bowlers.
Yeah, but it's been a good innings from Imad Wasim, seeing how everyone else around him has been faltering. He's really played a good knock here for Pakistan.
Absolutely. He's the glue of this batting order, and might not be the leader of this team, but certainly has acted like it with his batting maturity. Single this time to mid-wicket by Shadab Khan, who's been out there for a while, but it honestly looks like he wouldn't hit water if he jumped out of a boat. And that's frightening because it's the same Shadab Khan that was so pivotal for Pakistan's World Cup chances, and people have been discussing how he should be a permanent fixture at number 4. Hasn't looked that part in this experimental series. Goes for the sweep, Imad, misses it completely. I don't know how that's missed the stumps, and I think he's edged it, Imad. He's slightly walking away from it.
I thought they were appealing for an LBW.
Well, they got upstairs, and I think they're going for the cut behind because the keeper is the one that was insistent on checking with the umpire. Imad did look a bit sheepish, I won't lie.
Yeah, he did look back. He looked a bit concerned, but not given on field, so we'll have to wait for the Ultra Edge to confirm.
99 for 5 Pakistan, just a 1 away from 100, which they've already passed their score from last time, but that bar really is the ground, is the floor.
Yeah. Is he walking off? What's happening?
I hope he's not walking off. Well, it looks like it's just brushed the pad.
Yeah, I don't think it hit the bat. Definitely the pad if there's a noise. He's taking it cleanly, so that's not an issue. Yep, back pad. So they will have to check for LBW, but this is clearly striking him outside the line of off stump.
Zamad is safe, which means Pakistan are safe. Frankly, he is the only hope for the team in green to get to 130, 135.
Yeah, I was just saying when you were talking about Shadab, the fact that he comes back from injuries and he just completely loses his form, his ability, it's a bit concerning at times because you see someone like Shaheen came back from injury and still took so many wickets at the World Cup.
True. Driven this time. It's connected well, but there will be a sweeper out there that'll get there from, and they'll come back for 2. Pakistan and Ahmad really putting in the hard yards to finish that second. But he gets there safely at the end, and that's what will matter. Right. 101 for Pakistan. They've brought up to 100, so that's decent news. Can they get to 130? That for me is the mark. Anything over a run ball will take some chasing from Afghanistan. Bunted down the ground, a long off for a single. I think everybody here is aware that if Pakistan get to 130, they could actually be termed favorites. What do you think, Emmett?
Yeah, I think the way that the wickets played out right now, Pakistan get to 130, it'll be a very difficult contest for Afghanistan.
And Muhammad Nabi and Rahmanullah Gurbaz are going to be the key, I think. If you get them early, certainly will mean that Pakistan have a strong chance. And if you compare the bowling lineup, it's more experienced than the batting lineup that Pakistan have. In the air, that's a good shot. Squeezed over short third man for 4. Finally, Captain Fantastic gets a boundary. It's come a little late in the 18th delivery, but frankly, Pakistan will take it.
Absolutely enough room there for Shadab Khan, and a safe shot. Knows that third man's inside the circle, no deep point. Needs a lot more of that. And the good thing from Afghanistan tonight's been the lack of freebies. You know, we haven't seen too many of these. That one over from Omar Zaya's side, everything's been very tight, very condensed in the way that they've been bowling.
One thing I'll really praise Afghanistan for in both these games is their positioning of the fielders. If you typically think of a T20 field, the long off, long on are very straight as Imad Wasim gets an inside edge. It goes to fine leg for 4. Lucky for Pakistan, but they'll take it. That's the kind of runs that might push them to that 130 mark. First ball boundary in the 19th over, 110 for 5 now. Their long off and long on have been wide enough, especially to cover those hits from Imad Wasim down the ground. I think it's been really smart from Rashid Khan. His experience from all that franchise cricket he plays paying off.
Exactly. He's stationed the fielders exactly where he knows Imad Wasim's strengths are. Knows that he won't hit too many shots straight down the ground. And they're bowling wide enough that it's hard for the batsman to go very straight. Good bowling, good captaincy.
Flicked away through mid-wicket. Should just be 1. Will they come back for 2? No, just a single.
Yeah, and it's hit out or get out time right now for Shadab Khan as well. Pakistan need to capitalize here. 10 deliveries to go, even if they score 15, 18 runs. What was that, Ahmed Hassan? What did I do?
I think it's your Imad critique that might be coming to the surface.
Kaunsi critique.
Yeah. Makes room. Beautifully hit from Shadab Khan. Good drive, but it'll just be a single. I think Imad facing this is going to be good. Farooqi's been a bit expensive in his last 2 overs, including this. Current run rate, 121. Pakistan want to get to 130. That means they need to get 2 runs off each delivery here. I have to feel for Abdur Rahman, his first assignment as Pakistan coaches. It's been a mixed bag. All these new guys, very little experience, different conditions. Not ideal. Ahmad this time gets a cut, and it'll be in front of square for just a single. Interesting that there was no throw there from Afghanistan.
Yeah, honestly, Imad wasn't even in the picture.
Yeah.
I think there was no one backing up. That's why they didn't want to take a chance. .50 partnership for these two off 46 deliveries. They've rebuilt the innings for Pakistan, got them close to that 120 mark, which seems like a very par total here. Maybe a winning one. I don't know. It sounded like you burped for a good 2-3 seconds.
Might have been his mic.
Yeah, it might have been my mic.
Right. 2 deliveries left here in the 19th. 50 partnership off 46, as Emma just told us. It's well squeezed from Shadab Khan, but backward point has done well to keep that to just a single. Good fielding and a good shot, good cricket all round.
Yep.
This guy looks a bit like Faisal Iqbal.
That's never a good thing.
Yeah, ठीक था.
Kaun?
Faisal Iqbal.
Faisal Iqbal? Kya ho gaya yaar?
He played Test cricket. I mean, you got to be good to do that.
Or you could just be like someone's nephew.
Yeah, Imam slander. 114 for 5. Final ball of the 19th. Free hit for Imad, says Rahman in the chat.
Faisal Iqbal slander.
I know. Right. If Farooqi, a great Yorker, and it's just driven down the ground for a single. Farooqi's been good. Just a 1 boundary in the 19th. That is really quite healthy.
Islamabad ke liye bhi tum ye kar lete.
Final over to go. Pakistan 115. They need to get at least 10 runs, or maybe 15 if they're lucky.
Akibart keh raha hai uska 6 saal se yahi naam hai.
Yeah. Akibart. Oh yeah, that's true.
Back-to-back champions hai.
Even me, I've just been reading his name without thinking, but now that Abdul Wakeed's brought it up, I'm not sure if Akibart applies anymore.
Put some respect on his name.
Yeah, exactly. Farooqi as well, he deserves a lot of respect as well. 4 overs, 19 runs, 13 dot deliveries, and a couple top order wickets as well. He's been a star performer for Afghanistan.
Yeah, 10 run ban jana is over mein.
Yep. Naveen ul Haq, first ball, it's been paddled away straight to point for a single.
He's premeditating the shot so early that the Afghanistan bowlers are like adjusting their lines well in advance. थोड़ा सा wait करना चाहिए इसे.
That's the issue. They can clearly see what the batter's going to be up to. Naveen Haq. He's also been economical tonight. Into his fourth over and only conceded 12 runs. Shadab Khan has to get a bound right now.
Yeah.
He's 20 off 20. In the slot. Edged. Squeeze past short third man. It's running away to the fence. And again, it's there for 4. Look, it's not the best shot Shadab will play in his career, but it'll get 4 for Pakistan.
That's what matters right now for Pakistan. They're at that 120 mark thanks to that fortuitous boundary. 4 deliveries to go in, maybe a couple more edges here.
4 deliveries, 10 runs to get. That's what Pakistan need. Love a little bit of mufta runs.
हाँ यार कुछ तो हो.
120 for 5.
Shadi, just imagine it's Norkia, not Naveen.
Good comment.
Throwback
Good
to the World Cup.
Naveen this time. Half volley. Oh, inside edge onto the pads. Shadab should have done better with that one. And honestly, if he was informed, that was 6.
क्या करें अब? यही तो मसला है.
Yeah. Pakistan's 30s in this innings. The fourth one has come off just 17 deliveries, so good acceleration towards the end, but these next 3 deliveries are pivotal.
Yeah, it just needs to hold a steady base here, Ahmad Wasim. Go for a big shot, but stay steady in the crease.
In comes Naveen Haq to the left-hander. Oh, that was down the leg side. Should have done better with that. Direct hit. Oh, he's missed it completely. And they'll come back. Oh, just the one. Just the one. How did they miss that? Ahmad Wasim had completely stopped halfway down the wicket. Given up on the single. And Naveen Haq's throw was wayward. So another single. No ball given him. A free hit to Shadab Khan.
Oh, no way.
Now this is exactly what Pakistan need. 122 for 5. The 4th delivery of the final over is a free hit for Pakistan's captain.
This could be the momentum shifter.
It was clearly a no ball. Nothing behind the line from Naveen.
On Shadi.
Leg side's open. Mid wicket is empty.
हाँ यार प्लीज मतलब एक तो बनती है तुम्हारी भी.
Don't try anything behind square. Go for the clean hit. .123 for 5. In comes Naveen Haq to Shadab Khan. Needs to connect. And does connect. Down the ground. Long off. Will not be able to stop that. That's 4.
शुक्र है.
Could have gone for 6 on a better day, but Pakistan will take that. 127 for 5 suddenly.
Yeah, probably the worst delivery of the inning so far from Naveen. Coming at the wrong time, conceding a free hit, and then costing more runs to his team. These are all bonus runs here for Pakistan.
Yeah, that's 5 extras. 5 extra runs that Afghanistan might end up really regretting.
Yeah.
2 deliveries to go here in the 20th over. Donna Ross saying 150's on. Naveen this time has been picked up by Shadab Khan. He's connected and mid-wicket is there. They'll come back for 2 here quite comfortably.
चलो 130 तो हो गए.
130 तो पक्के हो गए भाई. छक्का मार ले 135 पे ले जा.
15 चाहिए थे ना इस ओवर में. वो तो मिल गए.
वो मिल गए.
14 जो भी.
Well, he's changing his bat for 1 delivery, Shadab. Tell you what, you hit a 6, we'll forgive this delay.
चलो हाँ सही है कोई नहीं. We'll allow it.
It's a good looking CA stick that he bats with.
कितने 3-4 लाख का तो बैट होगा ये कम से कम.
That's crazy, man.
These are expensive.
3-4 lakh मतलब like 10,000 dirhams?
नहीं. 3-4 lakh is like 5,000 dirhams right now.
Bro. R.I.P.
I'm not even kidding. Like it's actually like 5,000 dirhams. 76 का है तो खुद अंदाजा लगा लो.
Yeah, I get what you mean though. Right. Final ball of the Pakistan innings. Pakistan, we need a boundary. Any kind of boundary will do. Is 6 preferred. Driven this time. Sounds good. A third man is there, though. A bit of a misfield that'll allow Pakistan to rush back for the second. And they get there at the end. Big appeal from
I think he's
Gurbaz.
gone.
As his Islamabad United captain is being checked on. But that... Is he gone, you think?
I think he's gone, yep. He looked well short to me.
Yeah, he's out. He is out. Or is he?
Yeah, he's gone. Confirmed.
Which means that Pakistan will officially end at 130. And
Yep.
Afghanistan will need a 1-3-1 to win in 120 legal deliveries.
Yep.
It's a lot more than they needed the other night. The pitch is a little bit better too, though. So it will be interesting to see how they go about this. Ahmad Wasim has once again carried them to this respectable total. But like I said, they need a little bit more. They need to keep pushing. And I think Pakistan will be playing to their strengths now. The bowling is a lot more experienced than their batting. So 130 is certainly defendable, especially on this wicket. They have the extra bowling of Nawaz today. So if spin is the answer, they have those resources as well. 12 overs of top-class spin. We'll be back in 10 minutes to see how the chase goes. Will Afghanistan win their first ever series against Pakistan? Or can this young side led by Shadab Khan bring themselves back into the contest?
Are we off? All right, I gotta head out, Junior.
Pakistan chase. It's going to be a good one. I reckon this is going to be a close, nail-biting T20 game. Naseem Shah is opening the bowling. The first ball is a dot delivery. The second ball is coming up now. Should pick up a couple runs from it. Gurbaz to get off the mark. Target of 131 if you missed the first innings, courtesy the Naseem Shah and Shadab Khan partnership. Imad Wasim and Shadab Khan partnership, led by Imad Wasim, who continues his good form from the PSL. Afghanistan currently 2 for 2 after 2 deliveries. Be very interesting to see how they go about this, because if they go into their shell and they let the required run rate climb, it could be a difficult comeback for them. And don't forget, this is a massive opportunity. Never won a T20 series, let alone a T20 game against a top 6 side. They did that a couple days ago. Now they have a chance to win the series against a very young Pakistan side. Down the track to Naseem Shah. What a shot from Ramanullah Gurbaz. That is absolutely massive. It's a behemoth of a stroke. Over long on outside the Sharjah Cricket Stadium for 6. Biggest of the night. And he hit the deck hard, Naseem Shah. Good length delivery. The confidence to do that against the pace that Naseem has. And suddenly Pakistan are shocked and have been put onto the back foot by Gurbaz. Hit the light post, that ball. It's the only reason that it didn't land on those streets that go past the cricket stadium. An 8 for no loss after 3. Can Naseem come back? No. Good confidence shot from Gurbaz for no run to the upside. Needs to do better, Naseem. And Pakistan need to stay on top of their game. Plenty of cricket left to play here, and plenty of runs to get. Naseem will have a lot to say if Pakistan are to end up on the right side of the result. And he comes to Gurbaz. Good delivery. Right on side off stump. It's a dot delivery. Right, folks. Let's do that. Let's do our quick survey. Where's everybody listening in from today for the second T20 International? I know some of you are Lahore, some of you in cities scattered around Europe, some of you here in the UAE. I'd love to hear that. Love to see that and see who's still not broken their fast for the people that are fasting. Final ball of the first over now coming up. Naseem Shah to Ramanullah Gurbaz, who comes down the track again. He connects again. It's aerial, and it goes one bounce over mid-wicket for 4. There is nobody there on the leg side. He saw that real estate and went after it, and it worked. That'll be 4 more. 12 off the first over. Pakistan are being really pushed back here. Kohat Valley, Islamabad, the Rouge, MS fan from Toronto. MS fan's got a long time for his fast to be broken. 5 minutes left for Ramiz Hassan's fast in Cologne, Germany. I hope that's how you pronounce the city's name. And I hope you have a great iftar, Ramiz. Gurbaz has neutralized Harris's innings, says Abdul Makit. Pretty much, yeah. Totem is in Montreal, yeah. 6 hours to iftar. It's a long fasting hours in Canada, aren't there? Turned away down a third man for a single first ball of the second over by Zaman Khan, the Lahore Qalandars man. I think it's a 15-hour fast up there in Canada. Slightly shorter here in the UAE, 11 hours. So we pointed out 2 Afghan batters that would stand in the way of the Pakistan's success tonight, and that was going to be Rahmanullah Gurbaz and Muhammad Nabi. One of them, I feel like he's already done his job. 12 off 6, it's a perfect start. $13 for no loss after 1.1. What is that one thing for you guys, by the way? While you're fasting, it could be anything, to be fair. Good delivery from Zaman. Gets a lot of pace and bounce outside the off stump. Left alone from Gurbaz. Abdul Makit saying, by the way, on that Mickey Arthur tweet, Abdullah Shafiq debuted in Holland. The ODI series as a backup opener, played 2 games and dropped for the New Zealand ODI series for Sean Masood. And Mickey says that these guys should be played with experienced players. I think there's skeletons in all of our coaching staff's closets, Misbah included, by the way, even though I'm a big fan of him as a person and as a cricketer. I have serious questions about him as a manager and a coach. And, of course, likewise with Mickey as well. Of course, Mickey has that trophy, so a lot of his downsides have been glossed over because of that, which is fair enough to a certain extent, but definitely not like the all-knowing when it comes to Pakistan cricket. Zaman this time a little too leg-side-ish. It's worked away past short fine leg, and it might just trickle away to the boundary. It does. Misfield in the deep from Muhammad Haris, who is the only man patrolling the leg-side area. He's very square of the wicket at deep mid-wicket, so to run all the way to fine leg and stop that from going for 4 is a big ask from him, despite his athleticism. And at the end, he got there, but a bit of a misfield, and it was just parried away to the boundary for 4. Yeah, just try to swat that in, Haris. Maybe even overran it a bit. But a boundary nonetheless for Afghanistan, and their momentum continues here into the second innings. A great start. Looks like they're batting on a completely different wicket. Right, look at that true bounce. It sounds good even when they're playing the defensive strokes for no run. 17 for the loss after 1.3. I was just going to ask you guys, what is that one thing that really lights up your iftar? I'm not saying that it has to be a must, but that one thing that, if you're going to have that one thing in iftar today, your day is just going to be a little bit better. Like for me, and the Punjabis in the chat will understand this terminology, it's always pakodiyan. I think in Urdu that you would call them dahi pulkiyan. If those are on the table, my day is just a little bit better. Swing and a miss, dot delivery. Gurbaz tries to make room and cut it away over point, misses it completely. I know for some people it's pakode. I know for some people it's maybe even that classic fruit jar. I'd love to hear it from you. That one thing that makes fasting a little bit easier, because you're going to head to it once your fast is broken. Totem saying it's ruafza and milk. That's a great shout, actually. We had that over on our table today, although I hadn't have it yet. Defended away to the mid-on for a quick single. And that's the intent, because Afghanistan know exactly how much they have to chase. They're very much in the mood, very much clear of what they need to do each over. And after 2, they're 18 for no loss, in complete control of this game. The complete momentum with them. Gladiator saying, Tang. Okay, that's a good one. Aruj is saying, Limu Pani. I love Limu Pani. Yeah, Gladiator is also saying, Sikanjbi, and that's, I think, the same thing. Slightly different vernaculars. Lemonade. Okay, so a lot of people, Sikanjvi, Limu Pani, lemonade, kind of hinting towards the same thing. I like it when they leave some of the fibers of the lemon in this country. I like that. I think Pakistanis do it really well, especially some of the ready walas also. If you go pick up a nice tall glass of cold lemonade, oof, it's on a good hot Karachi day. My Karachi friends will know the summers are not very kind down under in Pakistan. Ihsanullah into the attack. So 3 fast bowlers in the first 3 overs for Pakistan. Hits the deck hard, gets an edge, but it goes down to third man for a single. So the runs continue to flow for Afghanistan. Pakistan, unlike the other night, have not beaten the bat. They haven't put together any dot deliveries. It's really one-way traffic for the time being. 19 for no loss after 2.1. Abdul Wakid saying, Tang, Doodh Soda, Strawberry Mint, Sandalga Sharbat, Lemonade, all of it. Wow, okay, so you guys got a lot of drinks here, by the way. It's funny how nobody actually mentioned a food. So what if I change the question? I say, what about food specifically? Rahman is saying, I don't like to see Ihsanullah in the third over. You could have bowled him on in the power play. I'm not sure if it's a spinning track though, Rahman. Notice how Nabi wasn't even employed by Rashid Khan today. 2 wide and 2 short, and that'll be 4 more. Poor bowling from Ihsanullah. Regardless of his pace, you can't offer a freebie to Ghani. And he pounces at that. This time it's the other Afghan opener, not Gurbaz, but Ghani, who gets a boundary. And there's a plethora of Afghan flags and fans at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium that are enjoying this exhibition of T20 cricket. They've locked in Afghanistan, they looked certain to get a series victory tonight. Fruit shot from Aruj. Akibat's also saying fruit shot. I think in our house it's very similar. A lot of fruit shot fans. Ihsanullah this time, brilliant delivery, full fast on middle and leg. Tried to dig it out, did well, good batting from Ghani, and it'll just be a single. Need to get wickets, Pakistan. I'm telling you again, it's another one of those nights that if Afghanistan continue to bat, and they bat even 16 or 17 overs of this game, they will comfortably win. Rice, says Gladiator. It's a very open-ended response. Rice could mean a bunch of things. Is it biryani? Is it just plain boiled rice? Some people like that. Is it sticky mango rice? Right, Ihsanullah this time goes full and straight. Like once again, it's so impressive from the Afghan openers that immediately when they are in their defensive stroke, they're halfway down the wicket, running for a single as well. They're putting Pakistan under some immense pressure here in the power play with their the cadence of the run flow. You would think it's the boundary deliveries, and of course those are where the bulk of the runs have come from. But I think these quick singles really put the mental pressure back onto the bowling side, which in this case is Pakistan. And you can see that the Afghan batters and this game and this series may have just gotten under Shadab Khan's skin. He's a man that doesn't look frustrated often when he's playing his cricket, but right now he cuts a sorry figure. Oh, great bouncer from Ihsanullah. Ghani, disturbed by that, just gets underneath it, and luckily for him, otherwise it would have hit the side of his head. A dot delivery for Pakistan. Elusive dot delivery, but an important one nonetheless. Rahman is saying it's just to repeat a last game, this one. Well, 17 overs still to go after this delivery, Rahman. I'll tell you what, cricket is a fickle game. It can change at any point in time. But, you know what, for me, from a cricketing sense, fair to say I watched a lot of Pakistan cricket with you guys and without you guys as well. Losing the series doesn't mean much to me from a technical or a personal level. My real big issue here, down the leg side from Ihsanullah, is asking for it, but it's going to miss all the stumps, and it'll just be a leg by. My real issue is that the kind of response that our community and our journalists and our fans will give if we lose this series, you know, for the likes of Saima Ayub, Abdullah Shafiq, Tayyib Tahir, Azam Khan, it might go down as, oh, these guys are the guys that lost against Afghanistan. And I hope that they're allowed to come back from that if that happens. For all intents and purposes, it looks like Afghanistan will win tonight. Pakistan will need an extraordinary spell from somewhere to stop them to get an ordinary score of 131. But at the moment, it just looks so easy for them. At this stage, after 3 overs, Pakistan were 19 for 2. Afghanistan are 26 for no loss. Abdul Makid, I actually would disagree with your critique of Imad. I think it's unfair to go after him. He was the only guy who's batted for you, who's shown some sort of responsibility in both of the innings. Ideally, I do agree the first game he should have batted on longer and accelerated, but even if today is not a match-winning innings, I don't think that would be his fault. You expect a little bit more from your top-order players. Big appeal from Zaman, but again, it's hitting high on the pads, and it'll just be a leg by. But once again, the close call is still a single for Afghanistan. Pakistan need dot deliveries. And a lot of them. If not dot deliveries, they need wickets. But those two are very complementary to each other often. And don't forget, Muhammad Nabi, the president, is in this side. He'll have the maturity to see it out. If Afghanistan even looked like getting close. Good drive. It was a half volley on off stump. And it'll just be a single. Shadab Khan with his second fumble in the field. I'm really worried for this man who's recovering from an injury. Didn't have the best PSL with the ball. And now he's been given the captaincy. Rightly so. He's vice captain. But his fitness is what's questionable at the moment. You don't really see him struggle or stutter in the field. On a typical day, of course. But frankly, for Pakistan, nothing typical in this series so far. In comes Zaman Khan to Ghani. Short ball again. The bouncers have been working for Pakistan, both from Ihsanullah and Ghani. who asks for a wide, but the umpire does not oblige. He ducked under that quite considerably, so I think it's the correct thing to do from the umpire, from the leg umpire, in fact. Will spin have a big role to play here tonight for Pakistan? Remember, they actually substituted Fahim Ashraf for Nawaz, and now this wicket looks like it's supporting the Pacers more, so maybe the decision-making should also be scrutinized. Also, the decision to bat first on this wicket certainly will be under play. Down the leg side from Zaman, poor delivery, should have been put away for 4, to be frank, but they'll only get a single from it to short fine leg, and Ghani is the one that looks a bit circumspect out there, 7 off 8 only, while Gurbaz is just... he's taken like a fish to water. He's absolutely loving his time here at Sharjah. 20 off 14, a 6 and a 4 to his name, and actually multiple boundaries to his name. Need a wicket. Where's it going to come from? Who's it going to be? Prefer if it was Rahmanullah Gurbaz, one of the two big guns here for Afghanistan, and of course he knows all of these bowlers because he's just coming off a red hot PSL with Islamabad United. Good Yorker on off stump, digs it out, does Rahmanullah, and it'll be a single. Maybe if I call him Rahmanullah enough, we'll get a wicket. Gladiator saying that I think the first game has taken a toll on the players. We're looking at a whitewash prospect. Oof. That's a comment and a half. Totem's going back to a much lighter discussion. He's saying mango lassi is the best drink in Ramadan, especially Sehri. By the way, I do appreciate Ramadan being in a slightly cooler part of the calendar year. Summer Ramadans were tough, man, especially in the UAE. It would get hot. Bowl him! That's the one they were looking for. Pakistan finds the gap between bat and pad and crashes into leg stump. Ghani has to go 7 off 9. He's the lesser of the two batters today, but Pakistan won't mind that. It's 1 out of 10 wickets that they need on the night. And you can see Shadab Khan saying, just calm down. Got a long way to go here. Was it the cutter? It might just be. I'll have to see the pace. But the inside edge on the leg stump. Pakistan are on the board. Zaman Khan is on the board. And Usman Ghani has to go back just 7 off 9. Right, just to remind you that Afghanistan have been set 131 to win here in this 20-over game. They still need to go overrun the ball here. 6.31 the required run rate, but Rahmanullah Gurbaz has given them the impetus. 2 boundaries in the 6, 21 off 15. He's made sure that Afghanistan stay ahead of the game despite losing the 1 wicket. A very warm welcome to Kashif joining us. यार पता चलता ही नहीं है आज हमारा already 4th रोज़ा है, and I guess the really cool thing this year is कि हम सबके रोज़े जो हैं वो एक ही दिन शुरू हो रहे हैं, तो ईद भी इंशाल्लाह एक ही दिन होगी. It'll be really cool. Ibrahim Zadran, and somebody's knocking on the door of the Change of Pace commentary box. I think it's producer Sufraz who is joining us, just like Ibrahim Zadran is joining us at the crease. Ihsanullah into the attack for his second over. First over went for just 7. And it's a good Yorker, but well played from Gurbaz, who looks really unfazed tonight, in complete control of this innings. And he's got some words for Ihsanullah, and they will share a mother language. I think they both will be fluent in Pashto. So Faraz, how you doing? How was Iftar? What'd you have?
Good evening. Iftar was pretty good. I was at my parents' place, so they had a bit of a spread. The usual suspects,
Love it.
Pakode, samosa, fruit chaat.
I quite
What
like
about
that.
you?
Yeah.
How was your iftar?
My Iftar was good. We had the usual suspects as well. Ihsanullah this time digs this one hard outside off stump, hits the hard length for a single down to third man. Ibrahim gets off the mark, and Gurbaz will be brought back on strike. Getting a bit of feedback from your mic, Safraz.
Let me look into that.
I think it's just the movement. Something seems to be moving.
Yeah, it's my laptop. Sorry.
32 for 1 after 4.2. Ihsanullah hasn't really bowled a wicket-taking delivery yet, I must say. but hasn't really conceded too many either. Totem saying cheese omelet with paratha, a glass of mango lassi, and chai at the end. That's a proper sari, isn't it? Good Yorker. Gurbaz digs it out well. And that'll be a single against a diving Shadab Khan. Yes, Safraz, tell us.
Mango lassi ijad kafiran di. I don't think it's real lassi.
Wow, that's a statement.
It's like butter chicken.
Oh.
It wasn't really, I don't think it's it's not native to our land.
Yeah, I think it is definitely an overseas pick. But I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
Is it a platinum pick though?
I don't mind it. Like I don't like if I have the choice to order mango lassi and regular lassi, I pick regular lassi. But I won't complain if somebody gives me mango.
But would you pick like a sweet lassi or a salted?
Oh, pulled away this time into the hands of Azam Khan. He's given it a wide here, the umpire, but Azam is not happy with that decision. Remember, you can't review wides in international cricket yet. It's creeping into franchise cricket very, very soon. But yeah, look, Ibrahim went for the pull shot, didn't connect at all. I think if he had connected, it might have been taken by Azam Khan. And I agree with you, Gladiator. I think that there was a slight overreaction against Azam Khan after that first T20. Now, that doesn't mean that he's suitable for Test match level or even ODIs, but I think in this format, he should not be too much of a liability. Too much on the leg side from Ihsanulla. It's punched away through mid-wicket, and it's trickling away very quickly for 4. But Nawaz has done extremely well to keep that to 2 and maybe even 3. Yeah, I told him saying mango lassi is in supplementary category. I think Sarfraz would agree with that.
Yeah, I would say so. The thing with Azam is, it was a bit of an overreaction, but I also feel like his contribution with the bat, although it's like not Rizwan level runs, but like the kind of acceleration he can provide may outweigh, his gaffes with the gloves.
Yeah, look, that's exactly what he was doing in the PSL. He was Islamabad's best batter by some margin, so nobody really cared. And frankly, I can't remember too many mistakes with the behind the stumps for him in red. Driven well from Gurbaz, straight to cover though. Imad Wasim fielding well, and it'll be a dot delivery. Pakistan need a lot more of those to put the pressure back on the team in blue and red here. Yeah, Abdul Makit, you can actually review it, but you have to review it for a wicket, and then in the course of searching for that wicket, if they find out that it's not a wide, then they will also overturn the wide. But what I'm specifically saying is that you can't particularly go upstairs to check a wide as a player. So that's the only technical difference. But what you're alluding to is also true. I mean, if you're looking for a wicket and it's not a wicket, but it's not a wide, that'll also be overturned. Good Yorker this time, and Gurbaz once again very confident against a high pace. I think I'll actually have to attribute that to his success in the PSL. Single to end the over. Afghanistan in complete control of this series, this game. 38 for 1 after 5. Imad Wasim very animated with Ihsanulla.
भाई आ गया है अरूज कह रही है mango lassi is not lassi period, and I have to agree with that wholeheartedly. And Totem saying Roo Afza is not equal to Jami Shireen. That is also 100%.
I mean, that's factually correct, but the mango lassi one is a little bit more contentious. Safraz, what are the defining characteristics of a lassi? What is the rubric that says, okay, you're a lassi and you're not?
I just feel like mango lassi doesn't have the distinctive like tartiness that you expect in a good lassi.
Single this time to mid off. Zaman back into the attack. Remember, he picked up a wicket in his second over, and he's only gone for 9 in the first 2. So this is interesting from Pakistan that they are employing 3 overs of Zaman inside the power play. You don't really see that from them often, but I guess they have to go gung-ho to pick up the wickets here. Ibrahim 4 off 2, Gurbaz 25 off 20. What about the other lassis? I mean, we've seen like strawberry lassis around the park. We've seen all of these variations. But I think, the OG is the OG.
सब बैन करो सिर्फ मीठी और खारी होनी चाहिए.
By the way, Wacha has a great lassi.
Really?
Yeah. It's just a great lassi. I mean, And even though it's not a Punjabi place, I just love it. Oh, that's poor. That is a comedy of errors from Pakistan. Zaman goes full and far too down the leg side, misses everything, and a diving Azam Khan can't get to it either, which means it'll be 5 wides. And the game is so unforgivable these days. I think that's going to be another talking point when it comes to Zaman's keeping, Surfraz. Azam's keeping.
Azam's keeping. Yeah. No, it's a tough game, man. Fine margins.
Had that gone into his glove, the people would have said he's athletic enough to be in Pakistan colors. And because that hasn't, I'll tell you what, the usual discussions around his batting and his keeping and his presence will be happening again. In comes Zaman. Good length delivery on off stump. It's a dot. So Afghanistan continue to get the boundaries every time they look like they might fall behind the required run rate. Right now they're in complete control.
But ये bowling क्या है Zaman से? ये कर क्या रहा है? Like, he should be like really keeping it tight.
Yeah, he should be, but he was in the first 2 overs, if I'm being fair. Defended away this time to mid-on. Quick single. And I was complimenting this before you came on, Surfraz, that the Afghan batters have been very good, not just with getting the regular boundaries, but literally not losing any opportunity to steal a single and keep the scoreboard ticking. And in a low score, that really can add up.
Man, even a low score or a high score, if you're setting or chasing, just not just relying on the big boundaries is such a critical thing. Like, even if you get like 6 singles in an over, that's still better than like hitting and missing and just not getting anything.
Absolutely, we saw that in the mid 2000s ODI game, and that principle is very much true today as well.
And like you said, it adds that pressure onto the opposition that you have to kind of not miss those run out chances, which we are constantly. And so there's more chances of slipping up.
Yeah, driven away to the offside for no run. 5.5 overs gone. Afghanistan are 44 for 1. Final ball of the power play.
Oof, there's some like amazing food mentions in the chat just now. The fresh cream on toast with honey on top.
Let's have a look after this final power play delivery. Ooh, good full straight delivery at middle stump. Almost had Gurbaz falling over, trying to reach it, but it'll be a single to end the first 6. And I would say that Afghanistan are in complete control, but even that would be an understatement. Right now, they are firm favorites to win this game and also win their first ever series against Pakistan or a top 6 side. Right, Maheen Ijaz is saying the El Morai fresh cream on toast. That's a solid shout, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's really incredible.
And that's also a good point. That fresh cream from El Morai, it's a banger.
Yeah, it is. It's the closest you get to like Malai or Balai, however you want to call it here.
And you know what? I don't want to turn up the spirituality on you guys, but there's certain divinity to that cream, because the first time I had it was in the courtyard of the Masjid in Medina, the Prophet's Mosque, with a warm hot tamiz, which is a bread that you get in Saudi. Some of the guys that have lived in Saudi or are in Saudi will know exactly what I'm talking about. A warm tamiz and a cold dollop of that El Morai fresh cream. I'll tell you what, there is arguably nothing, if not very few things that are better than that at any time of day for any meal. It's just a great food to have. Muhammad Awaz.
Roti hai, yeah.
It's a great, man. And I haven't had proper tamiz in the UAE, Surfraz. I haven't tried it.
How is it different from like other? What kind of bread is it?
I don't know how to explain it. I would say that it's certainly not a naan. It would be more like the bread that we get here, like Iranian bread, Turkish bread, but a bit thicker, but it's still softer on the sides. It really is spectacular. I mean, but I don't know if it's natively Saudi. It could be Egyptian, but because there's a lot of Egyptian cuisine influence in Saudi Arabia. But tamiz is just so good. In comes Mohammad Awaz, left arm slow, and it's driven past the cover fielder for a single. They'll come back for 2. In fact, good running once again from this Afghan pair. They haven't let the wicket of Ghani slow them down at all. This partnership is 16 of just 2.2 deliveries, so you can see that the impetus and the flow is still going. There's a substitute fielder because Shan Masood is out there. I do not know who he's on for. It could be Ahmad because we saw that his wrist was strapped. $47 for 1 after 6.1. I know a lot of people tell you about Al-Baik Sarfraz when you go to Saudi, but I'll also tell you that yes, Al-Baik is great, but have full Tamiz with some fresh cream. It's just great.
I mean, I've had Al-Baik, and I think it's okay.
Yeah, it's a fried chicken. I mean, there's only so much you could do.
I think वो सारे hard carry उसका sauce कर रहा होता है उसको.
Yeah, the sauce is certainly the MVP in that ensemble. Dot delivery from Nawaz, by the way, so maybe building some sort of pressure. Gurbaz is 28 off 24. I think that wicket will change things for Pakistan as Nawaz pushes him back into his crease. It could be a night for Pakistan's 12 overs of spin. If anybody on the chat finds out who Shan Masood is on for, please let me know. Let me see if I can figure it out before you guys do. Full and two-leg side-ish. Now look at them running the first one extremely quickly to give the opportunity for the second, even though it didn't happen on that occasion. But the intention is so clear from Gurbaz that he wants to keep stealing those one runs. And that, when you're chasing 130, it's so smart. It's such great cricket.
यही तो बात है यार, आपने पूरा pressure डाल दिया उनके ऊपर. Now, they can hit boundaries whenever they want to, whenever pace comes back on or whenever they get a loose ball, but they're not going to be struggling on the run rate.
Okay, so he is on for Imad Shan Masood. It's a speculative drive from Ibrahim, but he'll still beat the infield, so that allows Afghanistan to pick up another single. Good over from Imad so far, 4 off it. But 82 off 79, this batting order really won't lose much sleep. Well, I'll tell you what, Sarfraz. I was speaking about this earlier on air. Technically, from a cricketing perspective, you lose this series doesn't really mean much. It's not a T20 World Cup year. It's not your full-strength side. But in the context of Pakistan, where cricket is a supreme sport, and it's more than a sport, you and I both know what I'm talking about. I mean, for God's sakes, we've had a prime minister that was an ex-cricketer. 7 overs gone, 49 for 1. It's just going to be massive headlines if we do lose the series tonight. For all the wrong reasons, the young men that were entrusted with the series will be blamed. Shadab Khan as vice captain will be definitely heavily criticized, and he'll be put down as the guy who lost you a series against Afghanistan. And that should not be the legacy of these 7 or 8 guys or this squad. But I'm just so afraid of the backlash that will come if Afghanistan continue the way they do for the rest of the night. But let's see, Shadab will have a say about that as he's bringing himself onto bowl. What do you think, Sarfraz? Do you mind we lose tonight, or do you think it could be a big...
Look, I think, like you said, in the grand scheme of things, it's not really that big a deal. It's not really a tournament loss, like some big ICC tournament. But at the same time, it is definitely going to be a huge hit to morale. Media is going to be all over the guys.
Brilliant fielding from Shadab Khan off his own bowling. He dives on the practice pitch to his left to keep that to a dot delivery. It's the kind of effort that can sometimes spark a momentum shift, although that one did hurt his shoulder a little bit. But yeah, I agree with you, Sarfraz.
But there's also something to be said for the opposition, right? Maybe we've been sleeping on this opposition for far too long. We have this kind of implicit bias or understanding that they're minnows, that they're इनको तो मारना ही है हमने, क्या है अफगानिस्तान है, but they've really brought their A game and they've really put up a great challenge. They played great cricket, and हमने अपनी तरफ से कोशिश की, but they just seem to be the better team. We just have to accept that at this point.
Shadab Khan has strung together 3-dot deliveries here against Ibrahim Zadran. Important 3-dot deliveries because it could lead to a wicket. And just like Ahmad Wasim did, Ibrahim immediately walks out of his stance to ask him to bowl that one again, 49 for 1. I agree, Sarfraz. You could have seen the encounters that we've had with Afghanistan in recent times. as this one is smacked past Shadab Khan for 4. That's the release shot that they were looking for, and suddenly those dot deliveries actually do not matter. Shadab offers a half volley on off stump. It's a loopy leg spinner that has been demolished for 4. But yeah, look, they've been coming very close. They should have won that game in 2019. Should have won that game in Sharjah in the Asia Cup last year. So they've been getting very close to it. This time it's a half tracker from Shadab Googly. It's driven away to the deep cover for a single. 5 off 5 of his over. Final ball of the 8th over coming up.
And to be fair, like our last big tournament, हम लोग जिस तरह मतलब पहुंचे हैं, qualify हुए हैं हम लोग. ठीक है, like we have some good performances here and there, but like a lot of it was just like कुदरत का निज़ाम. So there's a lot of stuff that we have to consider as well. Our approach to the T20 game and maybe how Afghanistan is actually ahead in some respects.
Yeah, good single this time towards the offside. Another brilliant over from the Afghanistan batters, as it looked like Shadab might squeeze them for a good strong over. After those 3 dot deliveries, they found a boundary and a couple runs, and they get 6 off that one too. Exactly what they need. 8 overs gone, 54 for 1. Really, they haven't looked back at the start of this innings, and right now, Quick Info's win percentage has them at 92%. Wow. Something's got to give for Pakistan, and it has to give very, very quickly. Gladiator saying, if you listen to the press conferences of our coach, Surfraz's point is quite valid.
क्या था press conference में?
I mean, it's just a reiteration of the fact that Afghanistan have actually been formidable, especially at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium.
I mean, there's also maybe something to be said for like this PSL season and how maybe we got acclimatized to our home pitches and the change here. We haven't been able to adapt as quickly.
That's exactly what happened. I felt like the batters have been in a bit of a shock in terms of how the surfaces have played. Right, Gurbaz now going to get ready against Nawaz. Makes room, but ends up just defending to long off for a single. 56 for 1. They just need 75 off 71 deliveries, Afghanistan. If they don't do anything silly, they'll have a series win under their belt in just under 11 overs. And now that's a big thing, isn't it?
It's huge. I mean, good for them. Honestly, we have a lot to think about, a lot to reconsider. ठीक है, हमारे main players नहीं है, but फिर भी.
Ibrahim 15 off 11. Oh, good delivery of Nawaz. He's asking some sort of questions. My problem was also the fact that despite Pakistan attempting to keep things quiet, they really haven't looked like they're going to pick up wickets. And when you're defending 130, you can't just strangle the opposition into defeat. You need to keep taking wickets, and Pakistan haven't done that so far. Good change here as Nawaz goes straight again, defended away by Ibrahim for another dot delivery. 75 off 70 now required. But I will say this to you, Surfraz. If this required run rate gets to around 7, which it can very soon, I tell you, things will change. If they start needing boundaries, things will change.
Things will change, but I don't understand what the game plan is for Pakistan. Like, wickets to gir nahi rahi hain. They're not giving them the kind of deliveries that can produce wickets. So are they just trying to like choke them and bring them to a point where it's like 20 off the last over? Like,
makes room for a single this time, and that'll just be 157 for 1. I think that they're not because it's a bit of a rock and a hard place, isn't it? Because if they go for the wickets and they put together an aggressive field, that means they can leak too many runs. So and if they don't, well, they'll just get these runs at a canter, which is happening at the moment. So the strategy is going to be interesting as this has worked away to leg side for 1. Good over from Nawaz, though, really. He's just conceded 2 off it so far.
नहीं, पिछले गेम में भी यही हुआ था. I think they went for the aggressive field placement, trying to like purchase wickets, which didn't happen. And then they kind of folded. But this time I think they're going for like that pressure of stringing together more dot balls and seeing what happens from there.
So Afghanistan will be very happy with their work so far. Final ball of the 9th over. 2 leg side-ish. Nawaz has to keep his line right here as the over comes to an end. It'll be 4 off it. Again, not a problem for the team in blue. The team in green still praying desperately for wickets. 11 overs to go, 6.5 runs and over required, just 72, and Afghanistan will win this series. My goodness, I didn't think I was going to say those words.
हमने बहुत हल्का लिया यार, हम बस उस मेंटालिटी से आए नहीं कि हमें जीतना ही है.
But maybe that's something that we need to discuss here, Surfraz, because about a couple of weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago now, I had a chat over on Grassroots Cricket, actually, with Ali Khan, who hosts the podcast there. He's also been a manager of, I think, the Jamaica Talawalas. This is cut away hard by Ibrahim to deep point. It might be comfortable too, actually. Shadab Khan is back on the bowl here. And he's been tweeting recently about this experiment that Pakistan have done. And he's saying that there might be an element of over-experimentation. If you want to experiment, you keep a little bit of the core together, you keep your game plan together, and you add a couple variables here and there to make sure that you're still winning. Shadab continues here, as this is a good leg spinner. Once again, just worked away to the offside for a certain single. The intention, the impetus, the courage to continually squeeze these runs is frankly quite impressive. And I think experiments at the expense of a loss might not actually be successful at all. So I think you might have a point that there needs to be a bit of a balance. Oh, good delivery from Shadab, spitting off the wicket, hitting the outside edge. What do you think? Do you think we played our hand too much?
Yeah, if you look at from a very fundamental level, an experiment is always done against a control, right? So you have a baseline, and then you tweak certain parameters. You don't completely change the entire lineup. Then how do you assess what worked, what didn't? Against what do you assess it against?
Worked away this time to the leg side, and once again, Safraz, it's just phenomenal running. Forget about the boundaries; those might have dried up, but Gurbaz and Ibrahim Zardran, their fitness levels are on display right now because they ran the second on the throw. That's quite impressive, and they made it quite comfortably at the end. Really, really good partnership and impressive, frankly. 6 runs and over between this pair. They have gone 34 of exactly 34 deliveries. Shadab Khan very, very upset with his fielders. I want to hear more about that experiment and the control because it's a really good way to explain it. But just after these couple of quick deliveries that Shadab Khan should administer very soon. Or actually, let's hear from you now because I think Gurbaz and Ibrahim are having a bit of a chat.
Musad, I think I'm getting a couple of comments on the chat saying that they can't hear you. Can you just double check what's happening?
Let me have a look.
Yep. We're looking into it, guys. Thank you for letting us know.
Well, it should be fine now. Sorry about that, folks.
No worries. So I think, Musad, you were asking me about this whole experiment thing, right? So in any experiment that you do in science, right, you have to have some sort of control. So if you don't have a control experiment, like a baseline, then you don't know what works, what doesn't, right? You don't know the difference between the two. So if you're bringing in an entirely new squad, then आप कैसे assess कर सकते हैं कि इसके against ये चीज़ अच्छी थी या वो अच्छी नहीं थी?
Worked away to the leg side. Look again as Shadab gives chase. Afghanistan steal 2. Brilliant running. Really good strategy. And Shadab is completely floored on the ground thinking, well, what's going to happen? Something's got to give. A great partnership. 66 off 1. Atif saying, Safraz is right. You're right, though, because what is the variable here? There's absolutely no control.
Yep. It's a completely, you've thrown in a mix of players. So how do you assess what works, what doesn't? But yeah, these singles, these quick singles, these quick doubles, ये चीज़ें जो होती हैं ना, ये हिम्मत तोड़ने वाले रन होते हैं. Because आपने बिल्कुल जो है ना mentality opposition की इसमें ख़त्म कर देनी होती है. Because you keep missing these chances and they keep making these runs and it's just ख़त्म.
Yeah, look, and I see a couple of the comments saying, we need to be patient with this. And I think when I spoke to producer Safraz and I spoke to Ahmed Hassan earlier on the show, both of them, like myself, are okay with a loss. But I'll tell you what, there was some comparisons being made to post-2015 England. And England would had this crazy strategy of batting deep and going at it hard, even in the 50-over game. And it led to a 2019 World Cup win. You could say it even led to the 2022 World Cup winning. But the point is that even they would still win their series. In a 5-match series, they would lose one or maybe even two games quite comprehensively because their team would collapse or they would not be able to defend 350. But they would still win the series. And for Pakistan, I think cricket is so intertwined with the country and the people's identity that they take a lot of pride in this team and the results that it brings. It's a really
you
good.
can't afford to lose. You can't even afford to lose as an experiment. Yahi to baat hai,
Exactly. And it's a really good cricket team, right? Look, we made the semifinals of the World Cup 2 years ago, final of the World Cup last year. Have an absolutely great Pakistan Super League. I mean, it's arguably the second best league in the world, quite clearly for me. And with that being said, cricket being like the number one avenue for entertainment and pride, it becomes very difficult to experiment in such a way that you end up losing to Afghanistan. Because with all due respect to the trajectory of Afghan cricket, which has been great for the game as well, you would still think that Pakistan 9 out of 10 times are favorites, even when they are ideally experimenting. But maybe
experiment ही होता है कि यार चलो एक बंदा नहीं चला टूर्नामेंट में, 2 बंदे नहीं चले टूर्नामेंट में. That's an experiment.
Precisely. But it's also a good point from Ash that it might not be the personnel, it might actually be the in-game decisions, like continuing to bat first today after winning the toss. That's a bit perplexing for me. Why would you bat first on a difficult wicket? You should always know what you're chasing. One of the great assets that Afghanistan has right now is that they know that they just need to get 65 off 10 overs.
और हमारी chasing generally बहुत अच्छी रही है historically, so I'm not sure why. Like ये भी क्या एक experiment था कि चलो देखते हैं first bat करके कैसा होता है. Like I don't get it. Like it needs a lot of.
Well, the first game was an experiment enough for that. Surely Shadab doesn't want to lose this series. He knows the kind of ripple effect he can have. A single this time to deep point, by the way. Where here after the drinks break, Nawaz is back on the bowl. His first 2 overs went for just 8 runs. He's been the most economical of the Pakistanis. But really, the issue for Afghanistan for Pakistan right now is that Afghanistan have 9 wickets in the tank. And they only need to go at 6.5. So there's just nothing in it here for the Pakistanis to clutch at unless they pick up a couple of double wicket maidens. Shout out. Right, Nawaz this time straightens up on the leg side from Gurbaz. And it'll be another single. That's what you can do when you don't really need the boundaries, when there's no scoreboard pressure, when there's wickets in the tank. You just quietly work it away for a single. You keep doing that time and time again. And the Pakistanis will continue to get frustrated as they have been all night.
Yeah, there hasn't been a single chance that Afghanistan has given us. They've been so like either we haven't created enough chances through our spin bowling, or they've just been so like they've been watching the ball so well that they're not doing any miss hits at all.
I think it's a bit of both. I think we certainly haven't bowled consistently enough to create those chances, but I am so impressed by Rahmanullah Gurbaz as game plan clarity. The way he's been running these 1s and 2s has just been impressive. Oh, good delivery from Nawaz, beating the outside edge of Ibrahim Zadran. He looks like the most likely to get dismissed here. Sometimes he gets stuck in the crease and plays these shots that are away from his body. It could yield an edge, possibly. Good take from Azam as well. 3 balls in, he's only given away 2 runs, Nawaz. Even now, if Pakistan are managed to string together a couple of dot deliveries, a couple of quiet overs, things could change. T20 is a funny game as he sweeps this away over the keeper's head. It's a big, strong appeal from Azam and Nawaz. I think he struck him outside the off stump, though. And have they gone upstairs, the Pakistanis? We'll have to see. A little bit of a conference between keeper, bowler, and captain.
Yeah, I'm just a ball behind. Let me see how it looks.
I think it looks outside off of us, Surfraz. Let me know what you think. But the timer's run out, so anyways, Pakistan have not reviewed.
Okay.
So 68 for 1. Let's check out that replay. Oh, now that's close, but it's off the glove. Short fine leg would have had a comfortable catch, but off the glove for just a single. Yeah, Shadab clearly saw that. Slightly upset with the appeal, even Shadab. Gurbaz 37 off 35. Did it take 1 off that or 2? No, just the 1.
Just the 1.
Nawaz to Gurbaz comes down the track now. A little bit of pressure, a little bit of mind games. And immediately, Surprise, you saw Gurbaz coming down the track, didn't control it, and he moves to the side and almost like a kindergartner in timeout speaks to himself and says, "Get your shit together." I think Afghanistan also know how massive opportunity this is. 69 for 1, final ball of the 11th over. Nawaz now with some mind games. Stops in his follow-through and bowls that one again. Gladiator asking us, how do you assist the coach? I think the coach should have been more firm in terms of selecting a lineup that probably had a little bit more experience, and definitely would have advised to bowl first today. On the back foot, Nawaz bowls another dot delivery. It's a brilliant over, one that asked questions of Afghanistan. But Pakistan now don't need to just ask questions. They need answers that go their way. After 11 overs, the team in blue is 69 for 1. Not nice. And the required run rate, though, Safraz, a little bit of a silver lining. Choti choti khushiyan, as we say, CCK. The required run rate is ahead of Afghanistan's current run rate. 6.27 right now. What Afghanistan are going at, and the required run rate is 6.88. But frankly, there's just one boundary in it.
Yeah, वो तो निकल ही आएगी. That's the thing. It's really now at this point, this pressure needs to convert into a couple of wickets. हमारी भी तो उन्होंने 2 गिराई ना एक ओवर में. So I will be right back.
All right, sounds good. Imad Wasim into the attack for the first time today. He was off the field because of a stiff wrist, I reckon. And it will just be a single to long on to start. His contribution tonight is going to be crucial. The other off spinner in Nawaz has been the key pain in Afghanistan's ambitions to win this series. 61 off 53 required. I think Imad is the key, guys. I think Imad puts together a couple of good overs. Afghanistan will start feeling the pressure. Or they'll try to attack him and lose wickets. Work their way to the leg side. They're going to push for 2 here, but they'll only get 1. Good bowling. Keeping it tight, and it's going quick through the air. 90 kilometers an hour plus from Imad Wasim. .71 for 1 after 11.2. Ibrahim Zadran 23 off 21. On the back foot this time, punch to mid-off. And that'll just be a single down to long off. So no boundaries yet off the Imad over. 3 deliveries in, but 3 singles, stringing them together. Dot balls, Shahin Abdul Makid is saying.
Yeah, सही कह रहे हैं.
Tend to agree with him here. Tell you what, Imad, you pick up a wicket. Well, that's what's going to count. Another flicked away down to long on for a single. So they're fine here, Afghanistan. They're doing exactly what they need. However, for the first time in this game, the required run rate might just hit 7. And it's not enough to trouble Afghanistan, though.
Yeah, too many wickets in the bag, so it's
another delivery that's 2 leg side-ish, but this time he kept a short mid wicket in place, which means it's a dot ball. 4 off the first 5 deliveries. If he bowls another dot delivery, I'll tell you what, it might get a little bit interesting, because now the required run rate's over 7. And great punch shot from Ibrahim to long on for a single. It's just been an exhibition of how to stay calm when chasing a low score against a good bowling attack on a surface that it can be troubling. Now, the camera has panned to Naseem Shah. Fast bowling means a couple things. It means you could get wickets with it, but it also means that pace on, the batters have a lot more opportunity for a release shot. So I think Pakistan are going to play the final trick up their sleeve today, and they might bring back their fast bowlers to see if they can buy themselves a wicket. Required run rate is exactly 7.12.
क्वेश्चन ये है कि विकेट ले ली लेकिन अगर रन भी पड़ गए दोनों साथ फिर क्या?
देखो, अगर 2 विकेटें मिलती हैं और आप 10 रन देते हो तो कोई मसला नहीं है. आप 2 विकेटें लेके बहुत खुश हो गए.
1 विकेट और 10 रन नॉट गुड इनफ.
नॉट गुड इनफ एट दिस स्टेज. अगर इसी इनिंग्स के शुरू में आप ही मुझे ऑफर करते तो डेफिनेटली. क्योंकि इस वक्त रन बहुत कम रह गए. 57 और 48 required. Afghanistan are 74 for 1 in 12. But no, Nawaz will continue, and it's the correct decision. His 3 overs have just gone for 11, and that's the thing. Like, put yourself in Afghanistan's shoes right now, Surfraz. Like, you know कि भाई इसके आपका एक ही ओवर है और इमाद के 3 ओवर हैं. उसके बाद आप गंग हो कर सकते हो, कुछ भी कर सकते हो.
Yeah.
तो
नहीं, and but look at the batting, right? Like उन्होंने सारी spin की pitch की जितनी भी effects उनको negate किया. They've always come down to the pitch of the ball. They're not letting the pitch do any talking. They've been comfortably like pushing it around for singles.
और भाई मैंने 92 भी जब हम डिफेंड कर रहे थे, मैंने ये बात की थी कि पाकिस्तान T20 में एक सक्सेसफुल साइड नहीं हो सकता अगर शादाब खान फॉर्म में नहीं है. और शादाब खान की बॉलिंग 92 भी डिफेंड करते हुए लायबिलिटी थी, आज भी लायबिलिटी रही है. ही इज़ अ लेग स्पिनर फर्स्ट, अ बैट्समैन सेकंड एंड अ कैप्टन थर्ड. His primary role in this side is to give us 4 wicket-taking economical overs. He's done that in the last 2 World Cups, but in this series and in the PSL, frankly, he's just not been that guy. And yes, you can attribute that to an injury, but he's playing with that injury, so we can only judge him at full capacity. That's just, I cannot judge him as an injured player because you're out there playing for Pakistan. It's as simple as that.
नहीं तो अगर नहीं हो रही बॉलिंग, विकेट्स नहीं आ रही, तो इमाद को और ओवर देते,
इमाद को ही देंगे. बट अगर हमारे पास 12 ओवर स्पिन किए होते और अच्छी स्पिन होती तो बहुत फर्क पड़ता. भाई आपने 2 ओवर में 13 रन दे दिए. मतलब you're the guy, your benchmark is very high, Shadab Khan. I mean, we look to you not just as a leader, but as the guy who's going to pick up the wickets and strangle the opposition, and you've done none of that this series. 76 for 1 after 12.3. Nawaz is just 13 runs and 3.3, and a good punch this time to long on for a single. They're pushing hard for the second here, but they'll only get 1, so good over once again. So for the Afghan pair, no, don't even look like they're going to give away a wicket.
वही तो, कोई चांस ही नहीं क्रिएट हो रहा.
और आप ये भी देख लें कि how calm the dressing room is. The one in blue at the moment. Can't say the same for the one in green.
No, we're not troubling the batsmen at any point. They're taking singles and doubles at will, so I don't see how we can crack through this.
Again, 2 leg sideish from Nawaz, but it's just the one. He has protection at short fine leg. A puzzling phase of play because Afghanistan have not gotten boundaries, but they're still well ahead in terms of how the game is going. But we'll definitely keep an eye on how the run rate is also progressing, because suddenly the required run rate is up to 7.5, Surfraz. So you still have to get those runs, as AZ would say. Final ball of
they're edging closer to those
for sure
runs now, right? So
great single taken again. I'm telling you folks, if Afghanistan win tonight, it will be because of the running that Gurbaz and Ibrahim Zardaran have put together. Forget about the boundaries. It's just the timing and the speed and the impetus to steal those singles. That's really been the difference. 13 overs gone now. 52 needed in 7. And it's a really good point from producer Surfraz in the last over about slowly getting there. And the real problem is that the required run rate doesn't matter when the deliveries are being reduced. So जितनी कम बॉलें होंगी उतना रनों का फर्क कम पड़ता है आपको.
यार वही बात है ना, अगर आप 8 तक भी पहुंच गए लेकिन 8 आपको जो है 2 ओवर में करने हैं, तो then it's like whatever. Then you can just swing and 9 विकेटें आपके हाथ में, then it's like it doesn't matter. 9 है कि 15 है per over, that doesn't matter at that point. You're pushing your way to a place where it's easy for you to win at the end.
Well, Shadab back into the attack, and it's the captain that's backing himself. And I tell you what, Captain, we're backing you too here. You need to bowl, get us a wicket, and you need to keep it economical as well. Frankly, Shadab needs to be perfect here. No other option for Pakistan. A dot ball to start off with here in his second over. Goes full on the back foot. That's driven hard. It was a poor delivery. Shadab half tracker on off stump, but luckily gets away with it for a dot. Suddenly the required run rate shoots up to 7.8. Can they get a boundary here, Afghanistan, or will they lose a wicket in pursuit of that in the air? And it's another dot delivery. Just like his first over, Surfraz, 3 dot deliveries to begin with.
अब क्या होने वाला है देखते हैं.
Good start here for Pakistan. Pressure, courtesy the captain. Can he pressure Afghanistan into giving away a wicket? Here he goes. Tosses this one up. That's a good delivery. Loopy leg spinner. Worked away to the offside for just one. Pakistan won't mind that. But frankly, neither will Afghanistan. There's a bit of a stalemate going on at the moment.
Yeah, Wasad, if you look at it, even if they, like, hypothetically get to, like, 8, 9 per over, you put one boundary, and that just drops so dramatically because the required runs are so low.
Yep. Comes on the track. Ooh, it just defends it back. Gurbaz to Shadab Khan. It could have been defended right back to the bowler's hands, in fact. But it's a dot delivery. Just one off the over. Is this the Shadab Khan over? Is this the Shadab Khan that we've been begging for? The one that can change the game with his spells. Swept across the line. Big appeal. Given! Yes, Captain! That's the one we were looking for. And he's picked up the wicket that Pakistan were desperate for. A swipe across the line from Gurbaz, who misses this. Hits his back leg, and the umpire's finger goes up. He's reviewed it immediately, and he's telling Ibrahim Zadran that he's hit this. But I think if he hasn't, it's certainly clipping leg stump. And I'll tell you what, Safraz, this is a huge wicket because suddenly the required run rate's over 8. New batter's going to take some time to get going, even if it's Muhammad Nabi. And this is the Shadab Khan we know, the one that we love, the one that we expect, in fact. Oh, that's going down leg. Unfortunately, I think he's going to survive there. Glove bhi laga hai. Yep. So, no run, at least. It'll be a dot delivery.
ये अंपायर सिर्फ मतलब मसाला ड्रामे के लिए इसने आउट दिया था.
I think so. It was just a dramatic LBW decision. But did it pop up after the glove? I'll tell you what, even though that's not a wicket, I do not mind that. That's the kind of Shadab over that we've been praying for. It's the Shadab over we missed in the last game. And if you can give us one more like that, Pakistan will be ahead in the game. The dot delivery means that Afghanistan need 50 in 6 overs, 51 in 6 overs, in fact. And they have plenty of wickets to do it, but they have to do it against some pretty extraordinary bowling. Shadab Khan, who's been top class so far in his 3 overs today. And also Imad Wasim, who's got 3 overs up his sleeve. I don't know how much Pakistan are going to be willing to rely on him.
No, I think our boys serious ho gaye. I think they're going to try to do one final push. Game abhi bhi hai. It's not like completely out.
Now look, Zaman Khan has 1 over of pace left, so you're definitely going to give him that over. He's going to get out of the way. Out of the 6 we need to calculate. 1 over of Shadab, 1 over of Zaman. So that's 2 overs gone. That leaves you with 4. Naseem can bowl 2 and Ihsanullah can bowl 2. Or, Safraz, we can actually bowl a little bit of Imad. That's, I think, going to be the decision.
Imad ko hi karwani padegi. I think ek ya do Imad ko I think has to, because they're we're creating that pressure. If you want to keep going.
Well, I tell you what, we might want Imad, but Shadab wants something else. He has opted for Naseem Shah. First ball from Naseem is driven through the offside. That's well timed from Ibrahim, but there's a sweeper out there. It'll just be 1. And you can see immediately as the fast bowler comes on, the Afghan batter seems a bit more relaxed, a bit more reliant on the pace that Naseem will offer him. And now they need exactly 50 off 35.
Chalo, Naseem agar wicket nahi bhi leta, even if he goes for under like 6 or 7 even, theek hai. Koi baat nahi.
See, if I'm at the presser, I'm asking Shadab Khan, why have you not bowled Imad Wasim if we lose this tonight? And if he says he has a sore wrist, I get it. But if he says otherwise, then I'm questioning his captaining. Down the leg side, it's worked away this time. They're going to push for 2 here, and I think they might get it. This is brilliant running from the Afghan partnership. We saw this throughout the work that they've put together tonight, and it's continuing. They haven't even needed the boundaries to put pressure on Pakistan. Head down, really sprinting for the first, and that's almost guaranteeing that they'll come back for 2.
Naseem, come on, man.
This
come
Naseem,
through.
Naseem this time, good length delivery on the off stump, driven away. He's bowling very ordinary here, and it's a quick single taken to cover. Usually at cover, it's a dot delivery, but like I said, Gurbaz is so good. He almost takes off alongside the shot. Series has been played in a good spirit between these guys, and I'll tell you why. It's because a lot of them have been playing with each other and against each other at the PSL.
ठीक है यार, दोस्ती यारी अपनी जगह है, but मैच तो जीतो.
Right, 84 for 1.
Exactly, Daniel.
47 required off 33. The Sharjah faithful is dominated by Afghanistan fans. In comes Naseem Shah Ibrahim. Swoo, and it goes for the paddle over leg stump. Better not be giving that a wide, umpire. That's a dot delivery. And that is a dot delivery. A good one for Pakistan. A good result for Pakistan so far. By the way, Safraz, when we last discussed it, Afghanistan were 92% victors. Right now they're 75%. And then as the camera pans to their dugout, I can see that there's a slight uneasiness that's settling in to the ranks. In comes Naseem against Ibrahim. In the air, he's not connected this, but mid-wicket is deep on the boundary, so there'll just be a single. It's a result that is good for Pakistan at the moment.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I actually think that I think there's a proper chance for Pakistan to get over the line here, because I think Afghanistan have kind of played too many dot balls. The required run rate has gone up to 9. Doesn't matter how many wickets you have in the tank, you need to get these runs.
Yeah, I think that's what they're...
Good delivery from Naseem. Strong finish on off stump as he falls through in his follow-through for a dot delivery. And now, 46 and 5, it takes some doing.
I think that's what I had mentioned before. That's probably their game plan. कि विकेट नहीं गिर रही हैं, तो required runs इतने ज़्यादा कर दो कि they're just like, 20, 22 off the last, whatever. And then they kind of fold.
Look how it's been a proper slowdown in the power play. Afghanistan were well ahead, 45 in their first 6, and then in the next 9 overs, in fact, they've only scored 40 runs.
Good tense passage of play. This next 2 overs could be everything.
Yeah, look, it's still very much Afghanistan's game to lose. They get a couple boundaries in 1 over, and it's back to run a ball, and it's Pakistan will be left clutching at straws again. But if there's another quiet over from Shadab Khan, who's here to finish his spell, no half tracker on off middle stump, and it's driven hard to deep cover for just the 1. That's not a bad result. If Shadab bowls this over without giving away boundaries, Pakistan will be very, very happy. Gurbaz is 44 off 47. Ibrahim Zadran 32 off 35. Partnership run rate's only 5 at the moment. Oh, big appeal! Leading edge, and it falls short of Shadab Khan. I thought it went pad first, but it was a leading edge, in fact. And it just almost carried to the Pakistan captain. Afghanistan survive. They survive by the barest of margins as well. What an attempt from Shadab, diving forward valiantly. Reverse sweep! And it's a miscue. And it goes to short third man. And a direct hit from Naseem Shah. The Pakistanis are all over. And it's gone! Yes. It's gone! Gurbaz is gone! Direct hit from Naseem Shah. It's a run-out that's brought Pakistan back into the game. And it's their captain, Shadab Khan, who has strangled the Afghans. What an over this is! The leading edge didn't carry back to him, and Gurbaz saw the run rate climb up, so he went for the release shot to Naseem Shah, and it is Shah again against Afghanistan, who took aim and fired at the 3 stumps, and the direct hit means that the set batter in Rahmanullah Gurbaz has to go back 44 off 49, but he has played far too many dot deliveries, Surfraz. He has dug a hole that Afghanistan might not be able to get out of. Now they're left with 45 to get in just 27 deliveries. And all of Pakistan's pacers have overs to go.
Oh my God, what a game. What a game this is turning out to be. जो एक direct hit लगनी थी, वो लग गई, finally. Naseem with the throw. Oh, he was way short. It was, yeah.
Man, this is... I actually thought that Gurbaz had made it back safely. And now it's going to be the two Zadrans. Interestingly enough, we haven't seen Muhammad Nabi come out. I really expected him, Surfraz, to come out at number 4 and kind of calm things down. But the required run rate is now 10. This is what we were saying the other night when Pakistan were defending 92. Afghanistan, as great as they are in Sharjah and in T20 cricket, have a very fragile and flimsy batting order. And Gurbaz was yelling at Ibrahim Zadran, but frankly, the run wasn't on. If he went for the single, Ibrahim would have been out.
Yeah, I just like I don't wanna start thinking about us winning at this point. Like,
I'll tell you what, I think I will allow you to. There's certainly a chance. Half tracker from Shadab. It's a poor delivery, but thankfully he has cover at fine leg, and it'll just be one. Brilliant over this, and brilliant spell from Shadab after the first 2 overs.
yeah, he's really pulled it back.
Oh yaar, Najeeb ne call kar di thi single ki. Najeeb, that was your galti, my friend. Ibrahim Zadran calling for the single. You shouldn't have. Nahi tha bhai single, nahi tha.
They took one too many risky
Shot, well connected, in the air, finds the gap in mid-wicket for 4. Ibrahim Zadran making up for his mistake. And Shadab Khan bowling an absolute pie. That's a terrible, terrible delivery. A half tracker on middle and leg, a drag down, frankly. And it was there to be hit, and it was exactly what Zadran did. Momentum shift.
Yep.
If that doesn't go for 4, the run rate goes up to 10.5. But still plenty of left here. Shadab this time. Oh, Shadab Azam combining with a wide one. He went for the... that is not on, Pakistan. What are you doing? Went for the shooter, but it was far too wide, and then Azam fluffed it as well, and they've picked up a bye because of it too. So 2 runs off that wide delivery. This is exactly what Pakistan didn't need at this stage.
Kya kar rahe hai, Shadab?
Giving away all the pressure. And now Najibullah goes aerial. It goes over the infield on the offside. Well connected. Should be at least 2. And they'll get there comfortably at the end. So what started off as a dream over for Pakistan ends up quite poorly. And it's because of the fact that Shadab continues to bowl these half-trackers and then follows up with a wide. Oh, goodness me. Such a topsy-turvy game, this. And now, just 36 required off 4. Exactly 9 and over. They should be able to get this. Ten runs despite the wicket. Again, Surfraz, your permutation about giving away 10 runs and picking up a wicket has come true. And frankly, I'm not sure of how valuable that wicket is, because 10 runs is far too many.
Yeah, exactly. And now pressure's off. You know, इतनी सारी मेहनत करके हमने डॉट बॉल्स क्रिएट किया, प्रेशर क्रिएट किया था.
भाई ये 1 ओवर का प्रेशर नहीं था, ये कितने ओवर्स का प्रेशर था. Anyways, Naseem back into the attack for his 3rd over. Shot, but it's miscued. It's in the air, and it barely clears the inner circle as we lose a bit of the stream. Apologies there. It will just be a single. 96 for 2. The singles, Pakistan won't mind them right now. 2 things Pakistan will despise: extras and boundaries. They need to make sure they stem those. And Tayyib Tahir definitely looks like a liability in the field, but frankly, Pakistan don't have time to address that at the moment. 35 required off 23. And again, Azam Khan with 2 or 3 mistakes behind his stumps today as well. So,
yeah, I'm just gonna go back to assuming we're gonna lose now. तुमने एक ball मुझे कहा कि हाँ चलो हम जीत सकते हैं, and then look at what happened.
Yeah,
Jinxed it.
Short delivery pulled away, and it goes past short, fine leg, and it might go for 4. No, there's a good fielder at fine leg, but frankly, Ihsanullah, who went down in installments, my goodness, should have stopped that, and it should have just been 1. But because of that languid fielding effort, Afghanistan pick up 2. Perfect start for them. 3 off the first 2 deliveries. The problem here now is the first game, it was very easy to blame the guys that had come in, the new guys. Today, you're not actually going to get to blame them because we had enough runs on the board. It's just that when we had the pressure against Afghanistan, we let it loose. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it has to come down to the captaincy, unfortunately.
Captaincy and the captain's own performance, his own bowling is just very, very ordinary.
Yeah.
This time Naseem goes for the good short delivery, and Najibullah Zadran really doesn't know much about that, just gets out of the way with a glove, and it's a single to fine leg. But the problem is, a single is good enough.
क्या win percentage क्या कह रहा है Cricket Info पे?
Well, I still think it has Afghanistan at 80%. Let me have a look. Yep, 85%. It's that boundary, man. And beyond the boundary, it was those two wides.
Yeah.
मुफ्त की वाइड्स हैं. आप basically एक बॉल पे आपने 7 रन 6 रन दे दिए. Exactly. Naseem this time goes full. Good Yorker. Straight to the bowler. Dot delivery. This young man once again keeping Pakistan in the hunt. Keeping Pakistan alive. He's so good in these pressure situations. Right now, it's so funny because we've seen Naseem when he was a 16-year-old. He's actually the experienced bowler.
Yeah, I think this is a good challenge for him to kind of see how he does in the death.
In comes Naseem. This time it's a short delivery inside edge, barely missing. And it's going to deep mid wicket for just a 1. So Naseem has really done a great job here. 100 comes up for Afghanistan, and it comes up just around the time that it came up for Pakistan. So they're slightly ahead of the game, but not too ahead of it. Surprise! If this is a dot delivery, 30 off 3, it'll need some doing.
नहीं यार हो जाएगा तुम एमी में ड्रामा क्रिएट कर रहे हो कोई नहीं हम हार गए हैं सीरीज गई.
Hold on. Gotta believe in something. A wicket here from Naseem would really round up a terrific over. 31 off 19 required.
किसके आखिरी 3 ओवर?
We've got Zaman with 2. Zaman with 1. And a good defensive stroke for 1. So 30 off 3. 10 and over. And I just think of those 6 runs. I know it's unfair. But 6 runs off that one delivery from Shadab. If we have 5 extra runs to bowl at right now, it's 12 and over. And the mindset for 12 and over is so different than just 30 and 3.
Yeah.
30 and 3 with 8 wickets in hand, you back the batting team 9.5 out of 10 times. However, for everybody that's listening that's a Pakistan fan, they have the bowling to defend this. 1 over of Zaman Khan, who's been economical so far, and 2 from Ihsanullah. They're not going to go to Imad Wasim here, clearly. But Zaman will bowl probably over he'll have to bowl over number 19. Naseem Shah has been... Well, even Naseem has an over, by the way. That'll be interesting. And Naseem's been very good in his last 2. His first one was expensive.
Zaman's also great in the death. So
yeah.
So,
so maybe
should be a good contest.
Yeah. So maybe just a 1 over of Ihsanullah, 1 from Zaman, and 1 from Naseem. But who's gonna bowl when? Well, Ihsanullah's up now. First ball from him, swing and a miss, and they'll come through for a single. 1 run to start the over. It's gonna be very, very tense here.
Oof.
And you can see now the Pakistani fielders are getting into it as well. Mohammad Haris marching the troops, getting involved. The dot deliveries, the singles, Pakistan won't mind. No extras, no wides, no balls, and certainly no boundaries. Have to stop those. And you can see the Pakistani coaching camp very nervous. Afghans also very nervous. Will they let Pakistan back into this series?
Do you think should there be like a slip or like a wide slip for pace right now?
Let's see. Ihsanullah steaming in. Edged! Taken by Azam Khan!
Yes!
That's the wicket they were looking for. That came with pace. And the man discovered by Multan Sultan strikes for Pakistan. That could be a pivotal blow in this series. Hit the hard length. And he was struggling, the Zadran, to go over third man. Found the top edge. And with all the criticism we've sent Azam Khan's way, that is a brilliant pressure catch that could have easily gone over the keeper's head. Out comes the bow and arrow, and out goes Zadran as well. And it's the set Zadran of the two. Ibrahim, 38 off 40, as the required run rate goes up to 10.87. Afghanistan have relatively two new batters at the crease. Do you believe, producer Surfraz?
I can't help but not at this point. That was a great catch from Azam. I hope some of the naysayers may, delay their criticisms for a few more games now, because that was a really, really good catch under pressure.
Yeah, important catch. It's the kind of catch that could actually win you a game.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
29 required off 16. In comes Mohammad Nabi. They call him the president, and he's the one that steered Afghanistan home the other night. He has a big hit in him, but more importantly, he's a very calming presence in this Afghanistan camp.
El Presidente.
Absolutely. 29 off 16. Of course, you're listening to Change of Pace Live. And Ihsanullah to Mohammad Nabi. First ball, steaming in right arm fast. Defended away to backward point. And it should just be a single. It is just a single. 28 off 15. I think the Brett Lee comparison was just a joke, folks, on the chat. It's a proper deep dive on it at the moment. Right. Nervous times here if you're a Pakistan fan. I think more so if you're an Afghanistan fan, because opportunities like these, they don't come often. Big hit over mid-off. One bounce over the rope for 4. What a shot that is.
Oof.
Ibrahim, Mohammad Nabi this time, keeping his team alive. That is an important hit.
Oh my God.
Well, it's not over yet, is it?
No, it's certainly not over yet, but they should give them some breathing room. Shit.
I told you something about the president. He's always out there, always giving himself.
That's a headshot on the cameraman.
24 off 14
What are they
required.
gonna
In the air, edged. Third man is going to watch it. And has he defended it? Yes, he has. Brilliant fielding in the deep. He's saved 2 runs, or maybe he saved 3. That could be the difference on the night. Zaman Khan, clutch with the ball, clutch in the field, running from a very wideish third man, slapping that away like he's a poor volleyball player, and saving 3 runs. That is spectacular ground fielding. The difference between 2 boundaries in the over and just 1. 7 off the first 5. If Ihsanullah can keep this to a non-boundary delivery, he's done his job. Short ball inside edge onto the pass for a single. He's done his job. That's exactly what Pakistan needed. 1 extra 4, that's fine.
Great over from the youngster.
Yep. 8 off the over. Afghanistan need 22 in 12. You still have to back the batting side.
Gotta believe. Ted Lasso season 3.
Whew. But I tell you, from a cricketing perspective, not a Pakistani perspective, the batting side is well ahead.
We've got all pace now, so it's really it's going to be interesting to see how. बिल्कुल जिस तरह ये ज़मान ने भी fielding से run बचाए, it's got to be all on the field now to make sure that we don't leak any more extra runs.
Right. Naseem shot first ball. Oh, what a shot for 6! A shot that will write Afghanistan cricket history. Mohammad Nabi gets a good length delivery and smacks it over mid-wicket for a maximum. As the Pakistan fans look away, it's a blessed night for the Afghan faithful. And that was the problem, Surprise. We all knew it was only one shot away, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And El Presidente taking them over the line now. That was a great shot. Literally out of the ground. And so is Pakistan's hopes for winning this.
I keep thinking about the ripple effect of this series loss. And they're doing it against Naseem Shah, the man that has delivered a lot of pain to them in the Asia Cup. Poor delivery from Naseem, to be fair. The length was not on Naseem. You have to push it up. And Mohammad Nabi, he's been a thorn in Pakistan's side for a while. 16 off 11. Can Naseem come back? Short ball again. Why does he consistently bowl short, man? Square leg has fumbled that Saimayu, but it'll still just be a single. Kyun kara raha hai short, yaar? 7 off the first 2. 15 off 10. All in favor of the Afghan blue at the moment.
15 off 6 would still be a game, but now it just doesn't seem like it's on.
Not just 15 off 6. I think right now, if Pakistan take this game somehow with double digits remaining in the final over, then I tell you what.
Could maybe pull something off.
Prayers out in from the Pakistan faithful. In comes Naseem. Makes room. It's a dot. Oh, dot delivery, but a bit of a fumble from Azam means they'll come through for a single. I think they were going to get the 1 run anyways. So no damage done. But now Mohammad Nabi, the Iceman. Look at him, man. He's just so calm right now.
Yeah.
I feel like he's inevitable for Pakistan.
He's the opposite of, and I'm going to do that. Because he's literally going to do that.
The anti-Mullik. But don't worry about that misfield. Azam, I think the single was still going to be taken. So, Naseem, what is he going to do? Is he going to go full? Yes, he will. Good Yorker. And he's pushing hard for the second here. Nabi, he's taking the first one very quickly. They'll get back for 2 at the end quite comfortably. Good running. And a brilliant over for Afghanistan. The only way Pakistan go into the last over is if they pick up a wicket here. 12 required off 8. Give us a couple of dot balls, please. Here comes Naseem to Nabi again. It's pulled again. Has it gone square enough? No. There's a fielder there in Saimayu, so it'll just be a single. 11 off 7. Dot ball required. Dot ball required.
नहीं अगर 10-11 हो गए आखिरी ओवर में we have a game because Zaman may be able to pull it back possibly.
$11 off 7, folks. It's come down to this. It's the difference between Pakistan keeping the series alive and Afghanistan writing history. Need a wicket. Right. Final ball here. 6! Over long on! In the slot. There to be hit. And Afghanistan are shot away from writing history. As Jonathan... Well, it used to be 2 sixes from Naseem Shah. It's 2 sixes against Naseem Shah tonight. As Jonathan Trott signaling his Afghan players to calm down. They are just a hit away from winning the series.
Ash सही कह रहा है यार 0 of 39 on this pitch is seriously bad. I have to agree, man. That's just unacceptable.
I mean, he's going to be the difference, to be honest.
Game खत्म हो गया यार. इसने the 19th over, is like one of the most important overs of the game, and I think he's kind of fluffed it.
I'll tell you what, I wish he had just kind of fluffed it. He's not kind of fluffed. He's completely massacred this. 17, man, off that over. 17. My goodness. 5 off 6. Mohammad Nabi, he's too good to not do this. Unless Zaman gets a wicket on the first ball, this game is done. Seen crazier things happen in cricket, but frankly, Naseem Shah has kind of dropped the ball on this one tonight. And look at that. From Nabi, 12 off 6. Najibullah, 19 off 10. It's really been the perfect partnership. Zadran to face. Zaman Khan, first ball. Edge. Dot delivery. 5 off 5. Now then. Zaman Khan has time and time again come clutch for Lahore Qalandars. He's been given excruciatingly low scores to defend in a playoff game against Islamabad 2 years ago, and he did that. And then he had to defend 13 in the final over of the PSL final just a couple of weeks ago, and he did that too. Now this seems a little bit too beyond him as well. 5 off 5 as this is pulled well, but it'll only be a single. Mohammad Haris is the fielder out there. That means 4 runs now required off 4 deliveries. Somewhere Pakistan need to find a dot. Need to find a dot delivery here, Pakistan. Of course, a wicket wouldn't be too bad either. The slingy action and pace of Zaman. It's worked miracles at the domestic level. But this might be beyond him too.
Yeah.
4 off 4 required. Pakistan have to find a dot, and Pakistan have to watch the buys. Cannot let Afghanistan steal singles here. Everybody is closing in, especially the guys that are placed inside the circles. Adran takes a count. Zaman runs in. Swing and a miss. Azam has fumbled this. Come on, Azam. Come on, Azam, man. This is your moment, man. And they'll take a single for the bye.
Oof. That's not on.
You just can't do that in a pressure game, man. Come on. It's a regular take. It's a regulation take. Three off 3. I'm telling you, 4 off 3 is it will be a completely different ball game. Right. Zaman Khan to Nabi. Brilliant Yorker, but it's smacked over the bowler's head. Will it be a single? Yes, it's just going to be 1. 2 off 2. What are you going to do as a captain now? You bring the bowlers in? You bring everybody in? What do you do?
They're probably going to try to go for the big hit. I think it's just keep the fielding as it is right now and just let Zaman do his thing.
What if this is a dot delivery?
मेरा दिल फट जाएगा और कुछ नहीं होगा.
Hold on to that, man. Hold on to that. Right, 2 off 2 here. It's been a miserable night, a miserable week for Pakistan faithful. But Zaman could change everything here. Azam needs to be aware. Azam needs to be on point. These are the fine margins that can define a career, frankly. 2 off 2 required. Running in Zaman. Edged! And it's gone for 4 and Afghanistan win.
Oh my god. बंद करो. Stream बंद करो.
Afghanistan win the series 2-0. And the celebrations from the crowd and the dugout, you can see, they mean a lot. It was a brilliant over from Zaman Khan. Edge, and it was going to third man. Should have been on another day. It could have been taken. And the fielder went for the catch. It was the right thing to do. But what a night for Afghanistan cricket. They've been working very, very hard to get these opportunities. And when the opportunity has come, they've finally taken it to win. And win comprehensively. A 2-0 victory against a Pakistan side, regardless of them being a young side or a new side. This is a historic moment for Afghanistan.
Yeah, absolutely. Like great pressure batting. They played out the dry spell in between with all the dots. And came out on top. Honestly, it's a mental game with these low-scoring games, and they just seemed better prepared for it.
Once again, the Thornton Pakistan side, Muhammad Nabi, the president, so calm, so collected. And of course, yes, Qudrat was on Afghanistan's side, but they haven't been lucky. They've been clinical. They've planned this to perfection. And even when they looked like Pakistan had squeezed them out of the game, they refused to give in and came out on top. It's been a wonderful performance, really. Something that they should be very, very proud of. And they've officially won the series here. For Pakistan, on a technical cricketing terms, it doesn't mean much. It's a side that has essentially seven new players, but from a league that is held in such high regard, you didn't expect them to fold over to Afghanistan like this. But in Pakistan cricket history, these moments have come to us where you don't really know who to blame and where to head, because you want to back these guys. It was the right team selection, but the on-field decisions today were very, very questionable, with starting from the toss, the bowling changes at the end, not going to Imad maybe. There's so many questions that should be answered. I feel Pakistan had enough on the board today, especially the fact that they needed 11 or 12 in overs in the last few. It's just come down to that at the end. Afghanistan have won by 7 wickets. That won't tell the story of the game. But I tell you what, I fear for the backlash this will cause against the Pakistani batting order, and more importantly, Azam Khan's wicket-keeping and Shadab Khan's captaincy. Well,
yeah, and the chat's also saying that Naseem slander. It wasn't his game today at all. I don't think he brought his A game today. He really needs to work on that.
No, Naseem was very, very poor. 37 in his 4. As much as we love him, it was such an ordinary performance by him. And again, another question for Pakistan to answer. Well, 2-0 Afghanistan. Who would have thought, folks?
Not me.
That will be us for the night, and we'll try to join you tomorrow for it. But I have to say, it's been a fascinating game of cricket from Afghanistan, and a extremely disappointing display for Pakistan. At no shape or form should we be losing to any Afghanistan side. I'll say that very clearly. Pakistan, when they step out on the cricket pitch, should believe and consider themselves favorites. So this is an upset. I considered it an upset regardless of who Pakistan are playing. And these young men that have been entrusted with a star on their chest should dig deep down and, of course, play for pride tomorrow, but also consider this a lesson for ideally long Pakistan careers that they will have. Well, until tomorrow, take care and good night.